Let me go adjust a few things, and then we'll get started. It has begun.
But has it really? I believe Heidegger once said.
And that's great, Mark.
I gotta plug this in so now you can tell me that's great. At least we know the audio's working.
Yeah, the audio should be working just fine.
Huzzah, 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 huzzah.
Hooray, 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 hooray.
Got a lot of nerve.
If you're going to say it, do it properly.
Don't tell me what to do, pal.
I just did.
Oh, dang nabbit. Oh, hey there, Jaguar.
Jaguar's on. Cool.
The last Skylander approaches. And Bad Toasty.
And Bad Toasty. Live in fear of the Bad
What makes
Toasty.
the Toasty bad, I wonder?
Everything makes the Toasty bad.
Captain Obvious. Hello? LeBauge.
LeBauge or LeBage, whichever it is.
Jaguar says that he liked the, or rather loved, the Magi here a bit.
Oh, fantastic. Glad you liked that. I am genuinely glad that you liked that. I'm glad that that one got so popular. I was worried for a little bit.
As was I.
You were worried?
No.
I don't remember you being worried.
Okay.
I don't remember this.
Good to see all of y'all.
All right. We've got it all set up. Let's go ahead and jump into it.
Jason Powers. I'm a man of simple taste. I see that Raven is streaming, and I watch.
Hey, you know, that's sometimes the way it do be. Do. All right.
Do. Oh, sorry. Was I not supposed to do that?
Do. I always do that whenever someone goes, "Where are you?" I go, "Over here."
Where are you? The federal penitentiary for 13 counts of felony tax evasion.
Scooby-Doo secretly a criminal. I mean,
I think the newer movie, like the newer animated movie, actually like implied that Shaggy was like evaded taxes, which made.
Well, I mean, he is Shaggy, okay?
He doesn't want to give any money to the man.
Well, keep in mind, Shaggy's the only man alive who could take on Goku. Let's face it.
Mm-hmm. And now he's into the game where he can punch Superman and go ultra instant.
As he should. The one that surprised me, though, is having Velma be the other one. Why the heck is Velma in this game?
Because she loses... Like, I want her... I know it's probably not, but I want her fighting show literally just be she loses her glasses and her entire fighting is just her looking for the glasses and tripping people.
Either that or when her glasses are removed, she becomes, like... It's almost like the Hulk. You know how the Hulk, if you make him angry, he becomes a monster? Same thing. If you take away her glasses, she just...
No one cared.
You wouldn't like me when I'm blind.
No one cared who I was till I took off the glasses. Bonjour.
Jinkies.
Bonjour from Louisiana.
Hey, bonjour.
A Cajun welcome if there ever was one.
He's a Cajun, bro. Romping around the bayou, I guess.
Raven Lark, what is your favorite jingle?
My favorite jingle?
It can come from any show.
I gotta admit, the whistle song from what was it?
I know this isn't it, but I'm thinking the Andy Griffith.
Yeah, that's
right
it.
now.
No, that's it.
Oh, yeah.
I love the Andy Griffith Show whistle.
I don't think anyone here's old enough to remember the Andy Griffith Show. If you guys do remember it, awesome.
Sorry, it's so catchy. I love that one. I don't know if it's my favorite, but it is the first one that comes to mind when I think of like a popular jingle.
Yeah, because that one will crawl into your head.
That is an earworm. And I hate to say it, but what was that one show? Oh yeah, the one that people thought Monster Club was based on, Monster High. I heard that theme song once, and now it's stuck in my brain and won't go away.
DuckTales.
DuckTales is cancer because it will insert itself into your body and will fester. like it is just so incessant.
I also like Darkwing Ducks.
The Darkwing Duck theme song is solid. Do Darkwing Duck? Like, yes, I love that one. The Gargoyles theme song was epic. That's an epic song. So was the X-Men. Although that one doesn't get stuck in your head the same way. Like, I don't know why that one doesn't get stuck in your head the same way. But what's another one? Pokemon. You hear those first da-na-na.
The OG Pokemon.
The OG Pokemon theme song. Da-na-na. I wanna be the very best.
That was a classic, and I will hear no.
Exactly. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all.
Who remembers Agent P? We all remember Agent P.
Ooh, good move from the Shaolin there.
So why did Hannah turn Raven into a damn furry in the thumbnail? Because Hannah was bored.
And that's not even really furry, you know? Like, furry is like... Okay, here's the difference. Like, the way I look at it is there's a scaling system. You've got human. If you take that human and add animal ears and a tail, that's demi-human or part human. That's we can negotiate that. If it's just you took a freaking fox or raccoon and stood it up on its hind legs and gave it boobs, that's furry. The
question is, could you see this being if it could fit perfectly within Disney's Robin Hood? It's furry.
Yes. Disney's Robin Hood is quintessentially furry.
If it looks like you could pull whatever ears off with, and there'd just be a headband there, not a furry. Kakazu Hispano says, I'm watching this while trying to finish my 3rd college essay today. It's only been 2 days. College do be like that sometimes. I remember I used to hear a lot about, like, people, like, teachers will tell them, like, rightfully so, like, hey, college is going to be very hard. You got to, like, keep on your toes. And then they'll say, like, yeah, but my college professor is super lax, like, in class, but he's still going to expect you to turn all the assignments in.
I keep getting killed by the Sanu. But he also isn't fighting me alone, so there's that.
There's that. What are your thoughts on the new Rainbow Six operator?
He's a joke. What a joke. Okay, so what they basically said was, hey, let's give our new operator bees, because they really work well on Nicolas Cage.
No, that would be great if Nick Cage.
Yes, Nicolas Cage has to be the one voicing him. Like, the buzzing lets you know that they're there. No. It's the last thing you may hear, but I'll be the last thing you see.
I just want desperately, and he goes like, my greatest mistake was fighting against the bees when I should have become the bees.
Stop it, Sanhu. Holy crap. What have you got against me, man? Thank you, Nobushi. Kill him dead. Kill him proper. Anyway, but yeah, so yeah, I totally lost my train of thought. It derailed at the station.
I was still boarding at the station.
Alright, I'm coming up to help kill that Sanhu. I'm sick of him.
I'm gonna get you.
Hold on, Sint. I'm coming. Hold on, Sint. I'm coming.
Oh dear. The Samurai Jack had a pretty catchy song. Yeah, there is. We just got a teaser trailer.
What the hell? Ah. Fine, whatever.
No, we haven't seen Prey. This was our first.
No, I have not seen Prey. I honestly have so little desire to see it,
and I have had no time because this is my first week back. This was my first week back with kids in the classroom, so I have been busy.
I'll be perfectly honest. I just have so little desire to see it. It looks like the same old strong woman trope bullcrap that I'm so used to seeing. And isn't that sad? I should be excited for something like this. I'm just not.
Oh, and Kakazu just dropped $1 at us. Thanks, man. Very much appreciative of it.
I do appreciate. Thank you for the $1. Ah! Man, I'm just not doing well tonight. But then again, I've honestly gotten worse with For Honor over time.
It depends on the day. Sometimes you can like just be unstoppable, and other days just like can't get anywhere.
Yeah, that's the way it often is.
Yep.
I gotta try to help if I can. So hold on, Magi, I'm coming.
Oh, according to Zachary Johnson, the protagonist actually gets her face pushed in for most of the movie. Her arrogance almost gets her killed, and she goes, "Damn, it really be bad out there." Well, how about that? Oh, dang. Raven Lark, I was wondering, have you tried to fix the new Wi-Fi?
We're looking into it.
We actually found some guys at our church that actually work for the company, and they've been telling us what they might be able to do to help out. Turns out there's some secrets to the trade that they don't let most people know.
So we are looking into it. It is a process.
It might involve replacing our router entirely, so it'll take time.
Yeah, we're gonna look into it. Don't worry. We've got plans. Hold on, Sint. I'm coming.
Assuming the next hero skin is for Kensei, is there anything you'd like to see? There.
Bye. How does it feel getting ganked from both sides? Not so good, huh?
Prey is pretty solid, but certainly not better than the OG Predator. Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
Beating the OG Predator is going to be really hard to do.
You lost.
Tricky monkey. Hey Raven, I want to know, when you said that one of your favorite games is Monster Hunter World, what is your favorite monster to hunt?
I don't really have a favorite monster to hunt, genuinely. I enjoy going after Anjanats because they're just basically fire T-Rexes with a nasal problem. Like, that's pretty much all they are to me, so I kind of find that funny. I also like, what's that one? That lightning lizard thing. That one's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, the feathered lizard guy.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool. I like those. I just can't remember what they're called.
But frick that lightning unicorn though.
Oh, those are.
I hate that guy.
Please don't actually fight me by yourself. Make sure you have a friend.
We're going off with a buddy system here, guys.
At least I killed you. At least I killed the Magi.
Well, to quote Shad, he had stick.
Well, the problem that I had in this match was I kept ending up fighting alone. I need to be in a buddy system. That's the key. That's the trick.
Have a friend.
You gotta have a buddy. I should have realized.
It's a Boy Scout motto.
Yep.
Not the, but A. Hey Raven, unfortunately I can only stay for a little bit because I work overnights, but I'm glad I can make it for a stream for a little bit. Hope you and Lark are doing well. We are. Thanks for popping up.
We're doing okay. We're doing okay. Had a few rough days lately, though. That's for sure.
You can't really beat the original Predator. Part of the original experience was the switch up on the genre and the mystery, and once you give all the answers, the magic is gone.
Well, I've heard people say, like, oh, this new one's good because it has a female protagonist, and I hate arguments like that. It's like, that doesn't matter. That shouldn't ever matter. Oh, that's on Who Quit. I'm not surprised. That doesn't surprise me a bit.
Alright, let's see. Hey Raven Lark, have y'all watched the Spawn cartoon? If not, I highly suggest having a look at it. It's one of my favorite comic book characters that isn't from DC or Marvel.
I don't really care for Spawn myself, so I'm probably not going to check it out.
We like Keith David voicing him in the
Keith David's cool. Spawn, I don't really care for.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of characters that canonically kill God.
Yeah. But actually I had a kid bring Spawn comic books in today.
Really?
Yep. And actually I think he's now officially connected with the DC label.
You know, I think he is connected with DC, but my point is I don't usually care for characters that canonically kill God.
Yeah.
Like that's my whole thing.
What are you, in a JRPG?
Yeah, for sure. It's like, you're from Final Fantasy, aren't you? Killing God like that? Come on, let's be real.
Step 1, gather coconuts. Final step, kill God.
For real. Wasn't that the whole point of Kingdom Hearts, though? You start off by gathering lumber to build your little raft. In the final mission, you're destroying an eldritch entity.
I don't even think they ever figured out what the heck Kingdom Hearts was.
Kingdom Hearts is the most confusing bull crap that's ever been created.
There's some serious MacGuffin nonsense there.
Somebody literally just said, hey, you know, Heart of the Cards? No, Heart of the Hearts. And then they just made it, let's do Kingdom of Hearts, yeah!
They were trying to mix Square Enix characters in with
Disney characters, yeah.
There was going to be, it's like, Listen, we all know you're not here for the plot, fellas. Let's be real.
It's true. No one's here for the
What
plot.
about God of War? I think killing like I think killing.
No, I'm talking with pagan gods.
But when you kill like the god, like the one that created everything, like I have the same problem. Like there's a Superman comic where like he starts punching like one of the creators of the universe with no problems whatsoever. And like kind of takes it a lot out of it.
Well, here's the way I look at it. Spawn is a hero, right? He's a hero character. He started off as human, became a hero. His story involves him killing God, like the god. Okay. God of War is about a Spartan god of war killing other gods in their respective pantheon. It is a literal battle between gods. Spawn's not a god, and he'll tell you as much. So, yeah, that's my issue. When you have pantheons of gods, they fight each other. That's what pantheons do most of the time. They get into conflicts.
What about killing a god versus the god? Yeah, I think like we said back to what we said with God of War.
Ah! I forgot to go with a buddy. That's why I lost.
Yep. Always have a buddy.
Always have a buddy. Should have known better.
We just got so excited.
Well, I wanted to try to take B. I didn't expect two of them to be in B. But they were.
Let's see.
Come on, let me in. There we go.
Right, go reinforce B. That's where the other guy is.
Just activated revenge.
Crackers, you dropped another $5. Sorry, gotta go. I'd like to award you with the highest honor I can bestow. Aw, thanks, man.
I appreciate it.
Good luck with your college work, man. Stay with it, man. I believe in you.
There, Shinobi's dead. Hold on.
Sense about it's Lawbringer. I thought it was. No! Look what they did to my boy. And we got him.
We got him.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we got him. It's a warlord. He lords your wars. Wait, warlord? Lord of Wars? It's Nicolas Cage!
And now gladiators come to join in the fight. Thanks, my least favorite hero.
Okay.
I love it, guys. I love it. If I get one-on-one, I usually do okay. Put me up against two of them, I'm done. And this should give you an idea of what the typical meta of the game is. That warlord could have gone to go change B around. Instead, he went to go gank and C. Like, that is the name of the game. It is to just get ganks. Even though it's 3-on-1, get your ganks. It's literally the game.
Hey, Raven, have you heard of an anime called Drifters? It kind of has the same concept as For Honor, so I think you'll like it. No, I've never heard of it. I have, I don't remember it. Just realizing Griffin is a bit shorter than Lawbringer, but it used to be a Lawbringer. Might be the equipment, maybe his shoes don't give him as much height advantage as the old ones did. Who could say? Also, some people just shrink with age.
Dang it. Ah, shoot.
Oh, we're trying to just get a little bit extra help.
I'm trying to get that little execution in. Yeah, good job, Law Daddy. Law Daddy got him.
How you doing there, Jedi?
All right. Hang on, Law Daddy. I'm coming to help. He won't last.
Maybe you can stop them from capping the zone, though.
I'll do my best.
Not today.
Not today, Emperor Zurg.
Hey there, Schwan. Oh, Matthew, if you want to see the Warmonger cosplay, that's on Discord.
Good parry.
What is it, Perry the Platypus? I submit to you that it is not.
Yeah, start running, Glad. It's what you're good at. Go ahead. There you go. Get out of here.
Right, hey, Raven and Lark, have you ever heard of Predator Concrete Jungle? It's a Predator video game with a pretty great story.
I have not heard of it.
The only Predator we know of the video game we've ever played was Predator Hunting Grounds. And, that game didn't really grab us.
I mean, it was good, but...
I think it probably could have used like another year of development or something like that.
Sorry, Warmonger, your gank did not work. Why'd you do that?
Now see,
why'd you do that? Law Daddy, why'd you do... Are you that level of dick? Is that what we're dealing with today? I could have gotten that execution, gotten a little bit more renown for it, and you go and... No. Okay, Law Daddy, because of that, I'm no longer going to help you. I'm no longer going to back you up.
Dishonor on your cow, dishonor on your whole family.
I see you sneaking over, Glad. Not going to work.
I'm kind of mad that the Warden getting an actual breastplate is just a detailed metallic reskin of an armor he already has. I can understand that. In a nutshell, Drifters is about warriors of mystery that get isekai'd into fighting in a mystical setting. May have to give that a look-see.
Good feint.
Back off, podiatrist.
Damn it. I wonder where my team is. I keep ending up in these fights by myself.
I'm assuming in A.
I mean, I guess, but they need to be moving around more. Just staying in A when we still have two zones to hold on. I don't even know. I don't even know.
Man, I don't even know.
All right, looks like they just took A. I'm gonna go back to C.
Okay. Lark and Raven, I have a question. What's more strict, the Bushido code or the way Spartans were raised?
Bushido code, I would say.
Probably more strict. Was it as followed as strictly as they was intended? Depends on the era. Let's see. I would just ask, do you think revenge is useless and a dead tool? Because in my opinion, the devs don't want you to get revenge. If that's the case, why is it still a thing?
The problem I have is that revenge is inconsistent in terms of how it's achieved. Thank you.
Speaking of revenge, I also think the amount of people that are ganking you should like influence how long.
Damn it!
The revenge lasts.
Yeah, like genuinely, like all they have to. The problem with revenge, the way I see it, is if you're really in a ganking situation where three or four of them are on top of you and you get revenge, all they have to do is stay out of your immediate attacking. Just get out of attacking range and just wait for it to wear off, and then they can repeat the process. It really does.
Or if they have enough of them there, they can just blow through the armor relatively.
Well, look at this. All three of them on this one Lawbringer. And they're just going to gank the hell out of him. Oh my... How? How? That should have knocked Gladiator in. I should have bumped into him and Gladiator should have fallen in. That's the way it's always worked. Whatever. It's this game is so inconsistent. And they figured out the way to win. Just all bunch up. Ugh, brother.
Your team is breaking.
See, look at that. All three of them ran to B. All three of them ran to B. Because they know they can win by just freaking nailing you over and over.
Like you parry 3 attacks and only get 50% revenge. I miss when revenge was a surprise thing and not a seeable thing. Yeah, there is a bit of truth in that. Revenge would be better back when it was like you could not expect it coming.
Damn it. But again, it also doesn't help that I'm garbage at the game. Keep that in mind too. Watch him run into C, run into C.
A little salty over there. Roll out. I can't believe he stayed in the blast radius. Yeah, the enemy team can afford to have 3 players dogpiling, and yet somehow managed to quad team in your mate on the other side of the map. It is remarkable how that happens. Oh dear lord.
You wasted your bomb, buddy. Well, it's over. This fight's over. So far, I'm 0 for 2.
I guess we did better this round.
Did I? I got 8 kills and 8 deaths.
Hey, 1-to-1 ratio.
That's true.
Next movie, the Predator gets isekai.
But it's the most deaths of anyone. That's kind of sad.
Yeah, well, just because you were on your own the most.
True.
Who do you think Ubi is going to add next? We all agree pretty much Aztecs.
Aztec. We think it's going to be an Aztec.
Hey,
Because they're basically just adding all the characters that people have requested.
Yep. Hey, Raven, love your team on video. Also, finally have the crocodile helmet from Edjay. Good!
Good.
Excellent. For Honor will always be the game your team is only around when you don't need their help. That's an accurate statement.
For Honor will always be the game that follows inconsistent logic. Like, there have been times where I've been in a gank and someone pushed one of my allies into me and I fell off the ledge and died, but they stayed on. In this case, this guy kicked me into a gladiator, but instead of the gladiator falling in, I fell in. I don't understand. Well, if this Zerker can win it,
Do it, little man. We believe in you.
Yeah! Zerker for the comeback win.
Oh,
what is this?
Oh my goodness. Okay. Nice.
I was not expecting this.
Boy.
Zerker for the frickin' win. I'll take it.
It's the luck of the Irish. What can we say? Look at that.
Yeah, I like that.
And I like the.
All right, so we're 1 for 1 now. We're 1 for 2. We're 1 and 1. Okay, I'm okay
right,
with that.
Fellas. Also, notice you got the most kills out of your team.
Some of those I think were assists.
Take what you can get. His rage guides him. He went berserk.
He went berserk. There you go. Like, I will show you the rage.
He activated the rage shield.
Rage shield, no.
Yes, but at the very end, his friends told him that they loved him.
God, that effing show. Stop being what you are, show. Why am I always on a team where I'm the only PlayStation player? Why?
Because Xbox, I think, is the largest part of it.
I think Xbox has the most.
I can't wait for when it's actually full cross-platform.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. Hopefully by then I can start inviting more people.
Raven, Lark, opinions on Primal?
You mean the show? I haven't watched it. I don't really care to. No, it's a show. It's like basically it's about a caveman and a dinosaur.
I've seen clips from it. It looks cool.
It looks cool, but I don't have any real interest. I don't have any real interest. There are lots of shows I just don't have any interest in. Like, even if they're really beloved and people are like, oh, they're the best thing ever, I just don't have any desire. Like, it's nothing against the show, it's just I have no real inkling. Let's go Goki. I haven't gone Goki in a while. Let's go the fat man.
The big boy coming.
But for example, I only just watched Hell of a Boss. Everyone kept telling me, you gotta watch this show, man, you gotta watch Hell of a Boss, you gotta watch, and I'm like, I don't really have an interest. So finally, after a friend of mine, Aaron, he just kept asking me to see it, or at least sending me clips over and over again, I finally went, fine, I'll watch this thing, and I watched it, and after watching it, I'm like, it's okay. I've seen worse, I've seen much worse, but it's just not my thing. It made me, I was asking a lot of questions through it that I don't think the creators wanted me to ask. Just for example, I would sit there and go, have you any idea how hell actually works?
Then again, to be fair, anytime hell is portrayed in any popular form of media, we're just going.
And then they have Satan, Lucifer, and Beelzebub, all 3 different people in the show, and I'm like, you are aware that Satan and Lucifer, at the very least, are the same person. Even if you want to make an argument about Beelzebub, at least we know that Satan and Lucifer are meant to be the same person. You are aware of that, right? And they're like, but they're taking creative liberties. Yeah, they are, until you start involving real demons from the Book of Demonology. Like,
thank you, King James.
Like Stolas. Stolas is a legit demon mentioned. Asmodai, he's a legit demon mention.
Isn't that Holden Cross's demon nickname?
Yes, it was, but in the show, he's not called Asmodai. He's called Asmodeus.
So are you implying that we might be able to get an Apollyon reference in the show?
Apollyon is mentioned.
I know
like as a
Abaddon.
Well, Abaddon or Apollyon, whichever one you want to go with, is mentioned as the king of Locust who rules over the abyss. So I guess you would call that a demon, but I don't know how they would call that.
Interesting.
So I don't even know. Like there are moments I just look at it and I go, but why is this a thing? Like why do you do what you do? Like some of it's very creative, like the fact that Stolas is an owl. That actually makes sense because the actual demon depictions of Stolas in the demonology book have him as a long-legged owl. So that actually makes sense.
Or as we like to call him, a wow. Why is this? He has the Force. Look at him.
Yeah, that's a regular flaw with gladiators.
He's a witch, burn him. Well, if we lose, we have an excuse. The other team was using magic. Yeah, I think I remember once running in with a warlord that my sword was invisible. That was weird, but also amazing.
All right, gladiator. Here we go.
Your witchcraft is no match
For the fat man. Yeah.
Love it. Oh,
The fat man wins this day. Oh, shoot, no.
Oh, no. Have mercy on me. Hey, stop that.
Ah! Frickin' wardens. I love it though. It goes back to what I'm saying. If I can get them one-on-one, I can usually do okay. I can usually at least hold my own. Once they team up, I'm done. Because I never have a teammate to back me up.
Yep.
Well, we're probably not going to win this one looking at the score alone. God.
Yeah.
I'm always on the back. I don't want to blame the team. I don't want to blame the team entirely. It's not entirely their fault. I should do better. Like, I should be a better player. But still, there are moments where I go, God, man, why am I always on these teams? All right, come on.
For honor, ASMR, anyone? Raven, Lord? How would you want us to do that? Head on. Why do I think it's
All right.
Pretty sure Hell Boss isn't trying to be biblically accurate. We could tell. I think it takes various interpretations of Hell and jumbles them up. Like, for an idol show, it's certainly more fun than Family Guy.
Oh, yeah, I'll say it has some moments better than Family Guy.
It has its moments, definitely. It's not your fault, Raven. They're using witchcraft. You're dang right they are. It's just like, I only lost because the other team was cheating.
Oh, great.
Meanwhile,
One of our
Raven's
teammates just quit. I hate when you... Why do people do that? Why do people quit when things don't go their way? Just stay. At least get your points. I mean, the only reason I would quit is if the enemy team's just being unnecessarily toxic. That would be when I quit.
Yeah.
But, like, in here it's just... They're just ganking. It's what they always do.
But,
you know?
I'm not Christian by any means, but isn't the Divine Comedy fan fiction with self-inserts? Absolutely.
Yes, the Divine Comedy is 100% fan fiction.
It's also works of political nature, because Dante had some popes he wanted to roast.
Yes, no, legitimately, like...
Yeah, Dante wasn't shy about putting his political enemies on the chopping block, or rather, in hell.
God, I hate the cowardice. You want a rematch, buddy?
Come on, buddy. Trying to put a pig on a stick, are we?
Finally, you parried me.
But will you be the platypus? No.
Oh, he light parried. What? No.
None of that. I really wish unique skins had a unique execution that fit the skin in its lore. It would make it more for the cost. Yeah, I could. That would. Even with that, though, I still think they should lower the price a bit. It's still ridiculously overpriced. But there would be more of an incentive to actually buy it.
Spider Glider, you couldn't beat me on your own, so you came to back up your boyfriend? Yep.
Please, they're engaged now.
Good job, Hitakiri, but deep down you knew I had you.
Oh, well. Yeah, but yeah, to summarize, I do get that the show has a lot of creative liberties with Hell itself. Man. A specific sense of humor, however, I like it. That's...
You're free to look, guys, you're free to like anything I don't like. It's fine, I don't care. But know that I don't really think it's that great.
I mean, he says, like, it's fine if you don't, my man. Yeah, we understand. And
well, lots of people like to think, like, well, sorry, Raven, I like it. It's like, I don't care. Like it.
Have fun with it, man. But we're going to have to, like, differences of opinion are just going to happen. But
why did you do that, Orochi? I want answers.
Why would you do that? How could you do that? How could you live with yourself?
God. What's my score right now? Oh my God. The bot has more kills than we do. Oh. Okay. This is getting infuriating. I might have to switch to playing against bots soon just because I'm getting really pissed off.
That's what we got to do. That's what we got to do.
Well, I don't like when people go like, you're bad as you play against bots. I'm like, yeah, I know. Let's see if I can play this Hitakiri without anyone interfering. Doubtful. I know someone's going to come to save their boyfriend.
What if the Norse, Chinese, and Japanese gods encountered Jesus? Goodbye to those pantheons.
Dang it.
Not only are you mean to us, but you reject our hugs. How could you do such things?
Your team is breaking. Your team rallied.
God dang. Whatever. It's funny. I always get close. I always get him just right where I want him, and then someone saves his sorry ass.
Yep. Gladiator and Wardens just suddenly start whacking at you from behind.
Well, it's just incessant ganks, and I hate ganks. See, look at that. They're already ganking, like, right at our spawn zone, too. It's infuriating to me. It's infuriating because I know people say, no, ganking takes skill. It does not. It does not take skill. The only thing about ganking that requires skill is making sure that the enemy doesn't pop revenge. But even if they do pop revenge, who cares? Revenge is easily countered.
I thought Jesus was a cool dude. Why would he delete other gods? There's a very big part, like, if Christianity is a monotheistic religion. There is only one God, one true God. And so if the other gods tried to proclaim to be gods in his presence, he's either going to make them step down from that position, or he's going to put them in their place, because in Christianity, only one. Revenge needs a buff. I think it just needs to be, like, straightened out so that it's more consistent.
See what I mean? Just yeah, I'm gonna have to switch over to playing against bots. I'm getting mad.
Yeah. PlayStation and Xbox can't be together. They can game together, but we can't request a team up. It's like, so, like, we could be playing against people from Xbox right now, but one, we don't know that they're on Xbox. They could be on PC, but we can't like invite. Like, we have friends that play on Xbox. We can't invite them to play with us right now.
Defeat.
All right. Just oh my gosh. I actually had a person in chat tell me that if I could just figure out how to play PvP better, I'd actually like the game more. And I'm like, screw you. Like, go away.
Well, the thing is, we know how to play PvP. The problem is, in certain situations, like, in certain situations we do amazing, but in other situations, like, if you get ganked to high heaven, it's like, you know what? I'm gonna go play the AI instead, because at least that's more of a fun experience. I mean, I predominantly play when I do play. I play the AI just because I'm not there to try and sweat swamp and show off my skills. I'm there just to have a good time and relax.
Yeah, I think everyone from that team just quit. So yeah, I'm gonna quit too, and I'm just gonna play the AI. I really don't care. I really don't care. All right, so let's get back to playing the game. And if anyone in chat doesn't like that, sorry.
Nah, they're fine with it.
It went real quiet.
In order to invite a PlayStation player, if you're on Xbox, is to be on the Xbox Network. But the PlayStation Network isn't on the Xbox Network, so there you go.
Let's go Shaolin. I'm feeling like going Shaolin today.
Go Monkey Man. Bao Shin. Oh, there was a question earlier asking how we felt about the Far Cry gaming series.
I've only played a few of the Far Cry games.
You briefly touched 3, you've played a good bit of 5, and did you touch 4?
I did touch 4, I didn't care for it.
You did touch Primal, though. You liked
I
Primal.
liked Primal. Primal was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that one. 5 is fun, the ending is stupid.
Yeah. 5's really fun, definitely.
6 exists. It's just kind of
I
there.
have played 3 through
6 got a lot more attention than it really deserved.
Well, yeah, just to put it this way, 3rd I think is one of the best. I think to me, like 3 and 5 are kind of tied in my mind.
And then Far Cry, what is it, New Dawn, that sequel to 5?
I never touched that one.
I just looking at it, I already hate it. Far Cry, I never played the first or second Far Cry. I did try Far Cry 3. I didn't really care that much for it. It just wasn't for me.
Well,
and I know now everyone's going to say, but you don't like Voss? He's okay.
You and I have played the multiplayer, which is a different story entirely.
He's okay.
Yeah. I mean, I really liked 3, particularly the leveling system. My favorite leveling system, I think, in any video game ever was the growing tattoo, because that's just baller. But 3 is very fun. I feel like Far Cry 5 had more content to it, though I felt like the world was smaller. 4 was alright for what it was. 6, I haven't finished that one yet. It didn't grip me like 5 or 3 did. I mean, there's some cool elements, like attacking people with an alligator is always fun, but I don't know, I don't think the world building within 6 was quite as good.
I mean, that's fair. I just feel like, for me, 5 just gives me something beautiful. Killing heretics, and Primal, I effing love Primal. Primal is where it's at.
Kate, literally said, what if we, reject modernity, return to caveman. And it worked. It's like, would you like to ride a saber-toothed tiger into battle? Yes. Yes, I would. Which one had Gus from Breaking Bad? That would be the 6th game. And the problem is, unlike with, 3, where they capitalize on having Voss, or at least a good first half of the game, Gus really didn't show up all that much in the game. I was hoping to see him more. What's your favorite Assassin's Creed game?
That's a hard one.
Well, we'll let you know when the ranking is done.
Yeah, that's probably a better idea. We'll let you know when the ranking is done. But if I had to give an early guess, probably 2 are Revelations.
Yep.
Why is it 2 Aramusha? Why is it always 2 Aramusha?
Well, let's see. If you could decide on the next AC game, what time period would it be in?
I would put it in Warring States period Japan or Japan-owned Korea.
Like which time? Like during the first occupation with Yun Sun Sen?
Yeah, during the first occupation or
Honestly,
second.
you could overlap those two.
You could. Or I could do the Warring States period of China.
Which one?
The one that is the most famous.
Oh,
objectively.
Three Kingdoms. Yeah, honestly, that'd be pretty baller.
Or you could do it with Xiao Jun.
Yeah, you could. The closest you'll get to having Xiao Jun is playing Evie in Syndicate and giving her the Xiao Jun costume. Yeah. If you could rewrite Assassin's Creed, how would you do it?
Get rid of the goddamn Isu or Isu, whatever you want to call them. They're a bane of existence, should not be, and the fact that they were added to Assassin's Creed has been slowly killing it. Sorry, just...
Yeah,
Jesus,
I'm irritated with them too, but honestly, I would have continued just to leave them as more mysterious like they did in 1. It's like, there's something that came before, but what you need to know about them is very limited.
It's kind of like, sometimes less is more. Mm-hmm. Sometimes if you let your audience decide for themselves, or try to figure it out for themselves, yeah, you like spamming dirtbag, you know what you're all about. I might lose against the bots. That'd be great. But then again, they're bot 3s, so what?
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
And one of them's a conch too. That's just not fair. But back to what I was saying. Okay, so the Isu have been ruining Assassin's Creed. Everything about them just ruins it. You know, Assassin's Creed, from the way I looked at it, was supposed to be about an underground war between freedom and tyranny. There's a lot you could do with that. There's so many directions you could take that kind of story. Hold on. You dirtbag. Dang it! Tried to pot revenge and they beat me. Anyway, I'm not doing well, am I? 5 kills? Okay, that's better than I thought. But, everything, like, after the first Assassin's Creed and the second Assassin's Creed, it has become less and less and less about the underground war. It has become more and more and more about who were the Isu, what do they want, how amazing are they? Even after Desmond dies and saves the world, they still won't let it go. I'm like, leave it alone. I don't care.
Your team is breaking.
Heck, I don't think anyone should care.
Yeah, like typically most people are like, yeah, we don't care what happens outside of the Animus, just put us back in.
Your team is breaking.
Dang it! Yeah, I lost to bots, people. I am trash.
Yeah, well, they're bot 3s, so...
They're bot 3s, a light spammer, 2 Aramusha, and a Conqueror. Yeah.
No, listen,
but I need to stop making excuses. If you're bad at the game, you're bad at the game, and you need to accept it. So
I don't know, like, bot 3s fight better than a lot of players I fought against.
Yeah, they can. They can, but it's just...
Like, honestly, like, if you're in the middle of a match and, like, people start dropping, they should, like, automatically throw bot 3s in.
Like,
help you out.
Agreed.
Because there have been times where, like, they did actually put in a bot 3 as a teammate, and we actually started to turn things around.
They were literally the same Aramusha, too. God, that's just basically giving me the middle finger, isn't it, Ubisoft? Are you that mad at me?
We don't like you.
I'm sad now. At least, how many people we got watching the stream right now?
54.
Yeah, that's better than I thought.
Can you play Kyoshin?
Sure. I can play
The
Kyoshin.
Aramusha bot is better than me. Yeah, like, listen, the bot 2 Aramushas are better than me and Aramusha.
You know what? I'm going to humor them. I'll deploy troops. Look at that. I did it.
I'm special now. Ooh, now we're up to 55.
55 getting scary. All right, let's go my Kyoshin. How many of y'all remember my Kyoshin Legends video? Anyone remember that one?
I was saying...
Anyone remember the Kyoshin Legends video?
Yeah, they do.
Good. I'm about to play him. You know a character I haven't played in a egregiously long time?
Shaman.
Valkyrie.
Oh, yeah. Kind of fades into the woodwork she does.
The Magi Neferka is the last descendant of the pharaohs. Yeah, and he's a dick. At least that's the way I told it in my story. I loved what I did in that story. That was so much fun. And we still need to send it to Team Law.
Yes, we do.
Anything else going on in chat?
Let's see. Hey, Raven, if you were an assassin initiate, which master assassin would you train under? Pick any assassin from any game.
That's you.
That's you.
Like, not even, like, who the hell are you kidding? Best. Out of all of them.
I mean, if I guess I had to pick a backup, it would either be Altair or Bayek.
I mean, yeah, just totally. Well, that was easy.
Unless, could I transfer under Xiaozhu? Question mark?
Question mark? Hi.
See, funny enough, the Predator's main enemy in Conquered Jungle is the board thing. I guess he's finishing Ezio's work. The more you know. How do you feel about Assassin's Creed Black Flag? We actually have a series called Assassin's Creed Graded or Ranked, and we did an episode on Black Flag, so if you want, you can check that out. But to summarize, we liked it. Raven, if you believe in dinosaurs, then will they believe in you?
Ah, I killed the first one only for Berserker to get me. I'm not answering that question.
Depends. Is it an ankylosaur?
How am I all... Even when I get on a team of bot 3s, I get the crappy bot 3s. I've got a shaman and a peacekeeper. Who's the other? I haven't even checked. A Black Prior. Okay, that's something at least.
Ah, yes, the ranting videos. I can already predict how lower rating Syndicate's going to get. Yeah!
Oh, you light parrying bitch bot. Damn it! You missed. Damn it! What is wrong with me? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. If you came here, even fighting bots, I apparently am trash.
Alright. What is your favorite Disney movie?
Beauty and the Beast, probably.
Respectable answer.
Pretty up there. I have to say that one's pretty good.
Don't worry, Raven. Velociraptor believes in you. Even if you don't believe in him.
You captured Zone C.
Wait, do I even have bot 3s? Or are these bot 2s?
They're probably bot 2s. I'm gonna be real with you. Ubisoft just hates Raven. They will not let him have fun.
They do seem to hate me, though. I don't know. I feel like anytime I'm streaming, suddenly, I start losing bad. There we go. Thanks for the assist, Prior. It took you long enough to help.
Hey, Ravenlark, what do you think of irony from the Avatar The Last Airbender? Do you mean Iroh?
You mean Iroh, right?
I think autocorrect got him. We love Iroh.
Yeah, Iroh's sick. We love Iroh.
Iroh's a G. Hey, Raven, have you heard about the live-action Little Mermaid? It's going to be terrible, I can tell you that much. Listen, if it's a live-action remake of a classic Disney movie, we can already tell you it's probably not going to be great.
More than likely. Finally got him.
You captured Zone C.
There we go.
Pick up this girl.
Do you think humans should make dinos from birds?
No. Jurassic Park and Jurassic World have both taught us why that's a terrible idea.
Now, why make dinos from birds when we can make birds from dinos? The live-action Disney movie don't even bother. You're correct.
Can't you leave me alone? Gah! Even against bots, I get ganked.
It is the way the furry works. So, Raven, what's your favorite vampire fiction?
Dracula.
I think probably closely followed by Hellsing.
Probably. Probably.
Let's just say the live-action remake of the Little Mermaid takes place in the Caribbean. Now, I heard it was going to be in, like, the Mississippi River. which would make even less sense. Favorite vampire game? I guess Skyrim counts?
I mean, I don't even really have a favorite vampire game.
Oh dear.
Wait on my stamina to get back. Oh, please do it.
You killed us all! Alright, Predator vs. Dracula coming 2023. You know what? That'd probably be such a bad movie, it'd be hilarious.
I'm just tired of all the Predator versus crap. Just let Predator be Predator.
Yeah.
Predator's awesome. You don't need to keep involving everything with it.
You know, everyone always asks, who's Predator fighting? But no one asks, how's Predator?
Like, I could handle the Predator versus Alien thing because that was a cool concept, but now it's like, oh, Predator versus this guy, Predator versus this. I'm like, can't Predator be Predator? Can't we leave Predator alone? Let Predator do Predator, please.
No Predator versus only Predator, exactly. I don't care if making dinosaurs is a bad idea. I want dinosaurs for 2020, and all we got were wildfires, killer bees, coronaviruses. This is dinosaurs for 2022. Oh, I guess if you want an apocalypse, I remember people complaining. I was hoping for zombies, and all I got was coronavirus.
You again? Leave me alone, Warden. You've made your point.
I forgot they buffed the bots in For Honor and other people. If they're bot 3s, you're dang skippy they are.
Ah! Beat you that time, didn't I?
Thank you for holding that. Appreciate it. Did you? It's like, dang, Raven, your luck's been crazy now. Did you piss off an Aborigines witch doctor or something?
No, I'm just bad.
You lost. So
Yeah.
That's literally all.
We didn't take him off. We just grazed him slightly with the car.
Did you? Fine. I'll do that too. Gotcha. Ah, Zerk.
Nice. The stream should be titled Raven versus Skynet. We may have to do a stream like that one time.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Yeah.
All right, I'm coming, Prior. Hold on.
That warden has a grudge. Oh, is it a dwarf? That's a grudgeon.
Damn it.
you capture Zone A.
Let's see. Hey, Ravenlark, have you heard of the new movie coming out a year later called Oppenheimer? It's about the Manhattan Project. No, I haven't heard about it. May have to give that a look-see.
Damn it. Sure, I'll look into it sometime.
Your team.
What do you think about Predator killer suits?
I think they're cool.
Yeah, they're good design.
I guess I'd better make some content about the Predator eventually, since I seem to attract their fan base. No, seriously, ever since I started making For Honor videos, for some reason, I have been getting stuff, like questions about the Predator. And I'm like, why do y'all want me to talk about the Predator so much? Like, I don't make content for it.
Hey, Ravenlark, out of all the characters in For Honor, which one fits your personality the best?
Warden, probably, or Lawbringer.
I'm probably gonna go Lawbringer on that one, probably. If not that, Centurion.
You captured zone
Yeah,
A.
we've lost this one, boys. No coming back from this. That's just the name of how long until I... Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, guys. I am so sorry. I am bad at this game.
Alright.
You lost zone C.
See how long you can last. Your final objective, survive. Don't worry, we're all trash in our own way. And remember, one man's trash is another man's treasure.
There. It's over.
Defeat.
Right. Raven, they want probably they want you to talk about the way the predator fights and hunts and their hunting traditions. See,
Nothing about their fighting style is practical. Nothing about it. They are based on samurai Bushido code, like the whole idea of that they're warriors with a higher code. They only seek like sport. They want to test themselves, but I mean, I can't look at their weapons. Their weapons are too futuristic. I wouldn't be able to say like, oh well, you know, the predator's net is obviously there is no net that does what his net does. His laser beam thing is just something. What do you want me? I can't really say anything about it. Legitimately, it's not that I don't want to. It's that there's nothing for me to say about it. I mean, what do you want me to like in his fighting style? Like how often do we see Predator in melee combat? Rarely. Usually he sets traps or kills from a distance. His cloaking techniques? Yes, because that's historical. Like, genuinely, like, I like the Predator, I really, really do, but I don't know what I could talk about that other people haven't. Because if I make a video talking about, oh, well, you know, there's this aspect of the Predator, there's someone out there who has made a video going into much more detail, and I know my comment section is going to be filled with people telling me, actually, Raven, if you read this comic from this publisher about this event, about this hidden lore, you'd know, and I'm like, all right, let's see how this match goes. If this match goes poorly, too, I'm switching to Breach.
I think the biggest problem is like all the good bots get put on the enemy team, and you get
Well, look, they've now got 2 Hitakiris, a Jormungandr, and a Centurion.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna go ahead and predict we'll lose this one.
You lost.
Why are
You gonna go in the zone or not, you dumb idiot?
This is what I'm talking about. Just like, well, I wouldn't want to go in, that'd be rude. Like, wake up and smell the coffee, sweetie. Maybe we should talk about pirates. We kind of did.
We have talked about pirates.
Yeah, actually, like 3 or 4 videos we've done that about pirates been related.
Yeah.
Because we, of course, have Black Flag. We, of course, have the discussions about the Pirate Queen. And then, of course, Pirate the Hero. So.
Yeah, and people still hate me for my pirate video.
And then, technically, we also talked about One Piece crew a lot, so we could count those in the pirates. Have you two seen Mary Poppins? Yes.
Yes.
A classic.
It's an amazing classic.
You captured zone A. You lost zone C.
Runner Pirate, but in Rainbow Six. You know, honestly, that would be a better operator idea than other crap they've come up with. Just your special gadget is a flintlock. That'd be funny.
finally got you.
I hate it when it's just like, alright, this hit will kill him and it only takes a little bit of health on you. You're like, why?
The axe mode just doesn't do the damage it needs to.
Disney has lost their way, and I believe Star Wars The Force Awakens was the catalyst that started it all.
Oh no, it was losing its way well before that. That's just when people noticed it.
I think that's when the rot started to show.
That's when people noticed what was wrong.
That's when the cancer became terminal.
Well, maybe not terminal, but definitely noticeable.
Why do bots play like real people? The better question is, why do they play better than some people? Did you guys ever watch SpongeBob SquarePants? Yeah, we did.
We did, much to our father's chagrin.
And our mothers. Yeah. Which is ironic considering that after SpongeBob started going downhill, they started producing far worse shows.
Well, an Egyptian just killed a Roman. I think that there's something historical here.
Cleopatra is proud of you. It's like, finally, someone can do it!
Well, actually, I'm playing as Timwa, so not really Egyptian.
Well, Cleopatra wasn't really Egyptian either, so...
Yeah, take it from what it's worth.
Well, technically hybrid, like Coptic, I guess, would be the best. Nickelodeon or Disney? Both have their pros and cons. Hey Raven, remember like how about the Wrath of the Pharaoh stream one? No, Lynn, you may need to remind us though.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I wish I could remember every single comment I got voted. Oh yeah, the chocolate scene. I love that. That's probably one of my most favorite episodes to quote.
That is a good one. That is a good one. Chocolate.
But the Napoleons got too fond of bonding with their siblings. The Habsburg problems. Cleopatra next year, LMAO.
No, if they add another Egyptian, I'll probably be a little mad.
It's
like we've got an Egyptian. Calm down.
Let's at least get a Carthaginian. Move a little bit further west. What is any Hitakiri that saw the Medjai's staff and thought, like, am I missing half of my weapon? You activated my trap god.
That's the way it goes. I got a friend request from PNutty88BMX. Thank you for the friend request. I will maybe add you later. In the middle of something right now.
Mm-hmm. Hey Raven, have you ever watched The Expanse?
The Expanse?
It's basically, correct me if I'm wrong, Chat, it's basically a show about a couple centuries or so in the future where Earth has colonized Mars and parts of the asteroid belt, and like the problems that arise out of that situation.
I've never watched it.
I heard it's good though.
I hear a lot of things are good. Like chocolate, I hear it's good.
Hey Raven, how many quarter pounders do you think a grizzly bear could eat? Well, we got to ask Cheeseburger that question. Fortunately, he got the diabetes. I love this. It's like, yeah, we've set our Far Cry game in America. Let's make one of the companions a diabetic grizzly bear named Cheeseburger. Peak American status right there. I love it.
It would be the case.
Yep. Honestly, the companions in Far Cry 5 are some of the best out of any game I've played. Just because they decided to go whole hog with it. What if Heathmore was an actual continent?
Oh, thank God. I thought I was standing on a trapdoor that was about to come out from underneath me. Just, no!
To the abyss. No, looks like you're going to the Shadow Realm, Jimbo. Have you guys ever listened to the Bones in the Ocean sea shanty? Yes.
Oh, I bid farewell to the port and the land as I paddle away from brave England's white sand to search for my long ago forgotten friends. As I search for the place I hear our old sailors end, As the souls of the dead fill the space of my head. No, we haven't heard it before.
Nope, never heard
in
it.
answer to your question, I don't know what you're talking about, frankly.
Heath Moore would make Westeros look sane. Probably.
Yeah, most likely.
Because honestly, I like to look over it. I'm not a perfect geographer or anything, but I think that some of the geography don't add up.
This just don't add up!
Another underrated meme scene right there.
Tom and Jerry had a lot of underrated memes.
Oh, absolutely. It sounds like a clickbait title. I met God on Omegle at 3 a.m. while drinking the Freddy Fazbear potion. Not clickbait. I die in the video. Then how did you post the video? Yeah, I do remember that. Like, it's like when Boss Baby, like, for whatever, became a meme. And there was a ton of just like, I saw Boss Baby in Minecraft, not clickbait. And I just go, YouTube, why are you recommending this to me?
YouTube, you will age restrict a video that is totally harmless to watch, but you will sponsor Boss Baby in Minecraft, not clickbait. Your priorities seem a little off there, YouTube.
I know.
What else is going on in chat right now?
Let's see.
Wait, did I even take an L? Did I even die? No! What? What? Medjai, what? Oh, I know what it is. Team-wise pleased with me for making his video, so he has blessed me this day.
The power of the Nile is with you.
The power of the crocagator.
Yep. And now I think it's probably time to switch over to Breach.
What time is it? Yeah, might as well switch over to Breach if we want to do our 3 matches.
Yep.
Oh, well, at least we finally got one good W.
Out of bot 3s, no less.
Yeah, I don't know what happened here. Those bot 3s weren't playing like the bot 3s earlier. I don't know what
I think it's just like the characters, some of the things like, I think a human can sort of turn their brain off and work with the heavy hitting characters relatively well. I don't think the bots can do the same
I have
thing.
seen Hitakiri's just go no brain and then just waste you over and over again.
You see, you give a computer all this fancy gadgets and it will slay you with them, but you give the computer the strongest stick, they don't know how to use the stick properly.
Exactly. That's one thing that I've always said, like, one thing, and again, this is me being honest here, I don't want to blame other people when I lose all the time. Sometimes it is other people's fault, but I need to remember that sometimes it's about my skill. Because I once said it, and I'll say it again. Whenever you go like, oh, this character's so imbalanced. Oh, this character's so broken. Oh, this... Well, hold on. Is it the character, or is it the player? Because that's the thing that I've noticed. Like, for example, people keep saying that Medjai needs a buff, Medjai needs a buff, Medjai needs a buff. And yet, I have played characters like... Pirate, who everyone says is broken as hell, and been destroyed by Medjai.
Yep.
And like, absolutely wrecked by... And speaking of Pirate, I'm gonna... No, not yet. I'll go Pirate later.
Why don't you go Valk? You were talking about
Yeah, I was talking... Let's go Valkyrie. I have not touched Valkyrie in so long. I feel bad for that. Let's go Valkyrie. But... It's true, though. It's like... No, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Pirate isn't OP or broken. I'm not saying that at all. But I am saying that when people go like, oh, I lost to this character because they're just broken and people only want to play that character. Is it really just the character? Or is it the player? You know? Like, that's one thing that I've noticed a lot. People have said Warlord needs a buff. Warden needs a buff. All these characters need a buff. But at the same time, I have seen people play them who I go, how did you play so well? And so I think, like Hitakiri is a very basic character to play, but people can play them so well, you can't outwit them. Whereas the PC just knows, I know the ways to play this character, but can't think like a human to play them god tier.
Yeah, because keep in mind, a computer can only do that which it is programmed to do, whereas a human can think outside of it. Because one person's like, well, there's computer bots that can't ever lose in a chess game because they're just that good. And it's like, yeah, but I can knock over the chessboard. It's like, how do you beat a chess bot? I unplug its power source. Not this time, Skynet. But I haven't touched Valkyrie in so long. Wink. I see there, Kraken.
I see what you did there.
And then once your confirmation is the Chronicle, is the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, an isekai?
Actually, yes.
By technical definition.
By the definition of isekai, it is an isekai, just not an anime, and it doesn't meet most of the tropes.
Yep.
In fact, the more I think about it, I never thought of it as an isekai because so few of the tropes are involved.
Yep. And you're wondering which one's the first. I would probably argue New York Yankee and King Arthur's Court is probably the earliest one. At least that I can think of. Hey, Ravenlark, if you could have For Honor do a collaboration with any anime, what would it be? Well, if Drifters is like what that guy said, that might be a good,
Drifter. Guys, I wanted to do my execution, Conqueror. Why?
You know how hard it is to get execution with Valve? You know humans should swing a spear like that.
Ah, dang it. At least I wore him down. I'll take that.
So what's the first isekai then? Yeah, I'm still going with
I think the first isekai is A New York Yankee and King Arthur's Court. I think that would be the first one, yeah. I agree with that. But yeah, Lion the Witch in the Wardrobe would count as an isekai. Four kids from our world end up in a fantasy world to save the day. To fulfill a prophecy, no less. Yeah.
I go say it might be one of the greatest isekai.
I would say it's probably one of the best. It does not meet most of the tropes.
Yep.
Alright, now I can... Dang it!
Why would you do such things?
Guys, please, I beg of you, let me get the execution. I beg of you. I need to get an execution with Valkyrie. I haven't seen one of her executions in so long. I need to get it. Ibushi, I hate you. Know that later on I will play you just to show you how much better I am as Nobushi than you.
The problem with saying computer is better than me for being better in chess is this. Can it beat me in a medieval duel? I think not. And you're dang right, a person.
Well, that's the thing. As Kaiba proved, a computer is a digital dummy who can't play cards right.
What a digital dummy. 4 kids.
It's time to...
I think 4 Kids' writing staff just said, listen, none of us here are taking this seriously, so let's just do this and go home early. What do you say, fellas? Wrong, Cory in the House is the best anime. You're not wrong.
Why do people consider that an anime?
It was...
Damn you, minion!
Memes. That's the whole reason.
Let me have it. Yes, I have this. No, I've got it.
We stabbed wrong.
I stabbed the wrong spot. I don't count it now.
Thanks. Now I'm under the impression that Raven's been watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. Oh, we love the Abridged.
I love the Abridged. God, the Abridged is hysterical.
Yeah, it actually what got us back into watching the actual show. It's like, we gotta go back and see, like, was it really like that when we watched it? And
the show was pretty messed up.
I love that Archer just sees 2 of his friends get knocked out. Just, yeah, I can just stay here.
I'm fine. Yes, come here.
Minion? That's a bad minion.
No. Warmonger, I need this.
How could you do this to him?
What's the point? Yeah, just keep hitting me, Warmonger. I don't deserve to live.
Now I'm being reminded I'm avoiding
Yes.
If you guys want to know a really good Yu-Gi-Oh! Video game, I recommend Duelist of the Roses for PS2. That was a great game.
That was a very fun and even addicting game.
Yes. Particularly if you decided to help Kaiba.
Yes! I've got it. I freaking got it. Yes!
And on a conch, no less.
To quote John Seed, yes!
The power of yes. What if there was an anime where someone gets isekai, but instead of him being a prophecy, he doesn't actually prophesy? He's actually prophesies as a villain, even though he doesn't want to be one.
Look up My New Life as a Villainess.
Yeah, that fulfills that. It's more of a romantic comedy than anything, but it does what you described. It's cute.
It's basically about this girl who gets reincarnated into her favorite video game, but she's been reincarnated as the villain of the story, and she doesn't want to be the villain because she doesn't want to end up the way the villain does. So she keeps trying to do good things to try to change the status quo, but it keeps leading her back down the villain path regardless of what she does.
Yeah, it's a cute show. At least from what I've seen. I've only seen like 4 or 5 episodes. Let's see. Shrek versus the Predator. How much prep time Shrek getting? That is the correct question to ask.
No, the correct question to ask is, what the hell?
Yeah, of course Shrek's gonna win. I actually saw one cool little comic where they had Geralt hunt Shrek down and kill him with his foot. It was kind of cool. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, the Wonderful Wizard of Oz, and Peter Pan technically could count as isekai.
They could, but they weren't the first.
The Divine Comedy could also count as well. I guess.
I guess the Divine Comedy kind of could. Kind of.
Yeah, Peter Pan wouldn't count if you're using like the version. You guys remember Peter and the Starcatchers?
Oh gosh,
That's
I don't.
a flashback, right?
That was a flashback of a story.
That was good though. How about Predator versus Kevin for All Alone? If we give 24 hours or more of prep time, I'm giving it to Kevin.
And we also need to make sure that it is around Christmas time.
It has to be around Christmas.
You bastard!
Almost turned into Cade for a second. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, hold on.
Okay, we gotta explain where that came from. So, Lark and I, a long time ago, were playing Rainbow Six Siege together, and I was playing Cade.
Not only that, pimp hat.
Yes, he was wearing a pimp hat. That's what was so funny. He was wearing a pimp hat. Okay, so I was playing Cade in a pimp hat. I was being fired at, but I saw my enemy show up, and I was trying to get a shot off at him, but he hides behind cover again. And I scream when he goes behind cover. I pull out an impact grenade, and I scream at the top of my lungs, "You whore!" And then, boom! It just explodes, and it lets me know that he's downed. And as soon as I'm like, "Oh, I got him!" And then I go running through enemy fire, like I'm running through bullets to get to this guy. Get there, and then as soon as I'm about to kill him, as soon as I'm about to finish him off, he quits the game, and I'm like, yeah.
It was funnier from my end, just because I'm hiding in the corridor while you're trying to like shoot up the stairs. I just hear "you whore," see a frag, not a frag, but like an impact nade go up, bam, and then suddenly you just like hurtle over an obstacle, and then I see kill. I'm like, what the heck happened? So I see Cade, keep in mind, a very old Moroccan man in a pimp suit, throw a nade at his bitches, and then start leapfrogging over obstacles to go murk a man.
What? No! Why would... No, Bushido! God damn it! You stole my kill twice! You didn't just steal a kill, you stole it twice!
We're gonna get a restraining order on that Nobushi.
Yeah, okay, this conch is mine. No one else may have it. And this is mine. Stay away. Stay away. Wow, because it's Valkyrie and conch, that took on a whole new meaning. No! Stop! You! Ah! Screw you, Nobushi. Okay, Nusha's mine. Nusha's mine. You stay away, Nobushi. This one's mine. No! Ah! My life is hell. My life is such hell.
How could this happen to me? I've made my mistakes. Got
nowhere
nowhere to run. The night goes on, and I'm fading away. Rename the stream to Raymond Gets His Kill Stolen. It'll be more of a comedy. To quote Goliath from Gargo,
I was thinking the same thing.
I have been
denied everything, even my revenge.
The Emperor sings a song. Of course he does, because the Emperor does everything better. Except be a father, apparently. Oh, what? When will Val get a face reveal? Heck, give her a bit of Norse mythology armor.
Yeah, I want Valkyrie to finally show her face.
Come on.
When she gets her skin, I want it to be a face reveal.
Yep, and Jaguar asked, isn't the point of the Predator to fight like the most dangerous creature around?
How did we get back to the Predator? Stop!
I'm just reading what's on the screen.
One day, I'm just going to do a stream called Predator Questions Only, where the only thing we talk about is the Predator.
90% of the answers, I really don't know.
I will literally, I won't even play a game. I will just sit here, blank screen, and just go, ask your Predator questions.
Chris Hansen enters the chat. Oh, wrong one. That's a great crossover. Predator versus Chris Hansen.
Yes.
Busts in to find Arnold instead of Chris Hansen.
Yes.
Why don't you have a seat over there?
Please join me for a moment, won't you?
So you went after a young Native American girl. Why don't you sit down over here?
Let's have a conversation.
Sorry, I thought she was Asian.
Like, would you mind speaking into this microphone, sir? Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law.
Valkyrie is revealed to have a beard. Oh gosh, then dwarf time.
That's a grudging.
Raven and Lark, have you guys ever had to deal with Canadian geese? Yes.
Yes.
They are a pestilence.
They are a plague upon humanity.
Actually, fun fact, Raven once, headshot a Canadian goose with a rock. Because, keep in mind, we were both relatively young. I think you were like 8, I was like 4. And we were hanging around a place called Lake Murray. And Canadian geese like hanging out around there. And we were exploring islands with our family on canoes. And I was wandering around the island, because, I was 4. And I accidentally wandered too close to a Canadian goose's nest. I don't know it though. And so this Canadian goose starts running and honking at me, trying to attack. I start panicking, and the next thing I know, bonk, you were throwing rocks at it.
And I know I pegged it in the head.
Yep, as it deserved.
It deserved it.
But remember, if you are a full-grown adult and you have a Canadian goose coming after you, they are all bark. They might bite, but it won't be as bad. So just grab firmly by the neck and yeet.
Just remind them that they are a pestilence upon humanity. All right, I'm gonna go pirate this time.
Predator X Spy X Family. That new show coming to the CW.
Stop! I'm so sick of the Predator at this point. Don't get me wrong, the Yugioh are cool. There's stuff about the Predator that I like. They inspired me in one of my stories called Apex Predator, which has nothing to do with the original Predator franchise, but aspects of it gave me inspiration.
But it has sentient bipedal turtles, and I think that's a step up.
Well, okay, so Apex Predator, for those who don't know, is a story that I wrote a long time ago about this alien race that are basically reptilians, and they're a warrior caste society, and they basically travel the galaxy hunting bounties, killing galactic criminals or scum, just basically keeping the galaxy safe while showing off that they're the toughest things that live. And they swear off using firearms for the most part, or laser weapons, because they just think it's weak. They would prefer to fight up close and personal. A small squad of them land on a planet with a veteran, because basically they're newbies, and they're basically learning how to hunt, and they have a veteran with them. While they're on Earth hunting this parasitic alien, when they kill the parasitic alien, they find a young boy hiding among the bodies, and instead of crying or running away, the boy pulls out a knife and tries to defend himself. He's just a little kid, and the veteran is impressed, because he's like, wow, this kid actually, he stood up, he didn't run, he actually tried to fight. And so they're about to leave, but he thinks that it would be a waste for this little warrior to just be taken in by the weaker humans and not, allow himself to really use that talent. So he decides to take the human with him, which is very much against the code of what the reptilians believe. And he has to confront the council, which is a bunch of bipedal turtle people who are incredibly old but incredibly wise, and they have to decide whether or not it's worth keeping this kid. He decides to take the kid under his charge, renames him, teaches him how to fight, how to live. And at first, of course, he can't keep up with them because he doesn't have the capabilities they do. He's not super strong. He doesn't have scaled skin to protect him against most blows. He's warm-blooded, which means that they can find him much easier. But he eventually starts using his human ingenuity to help fix that. Like, for example, during a training exercise where they're hunting in the woods and trying to find each other, he used to always get caught because he's warm-blooded. So what he did was he bathed himself in mud so it was harder to find him. And then he would climb trees and slink from the branches and drop down on opponents. And he also trained himself better because the turtle people, even though they're part of the reptilians, they don't usually do any warrior stuff. They don't usually...
They're sages.
They're sages, but they don't usually fight. But the children of the turtle people, I think I called them the terrapins, based off of the turtle itself, they can't... They can't abscond from being part of the training. So children still have to be involved in basic training. And they always suck at it, which is why most of them think they're jokes. One of the terrapin children is trying to run the race, and he obviously can't keep up because of how slow he is. So So what the main character does is he actually carries him on his back during the race. Of course, it slows him down too, but what it's also doing is it's strengthening his muscles. And so every day they're always running this race, they're always running this obstacle course, and every time the boy is always carrying the young terrapin on his back, which is making him stronger and stronger and stronger until soon, during the final race of their training, he's actually neck and neck with the leader with this kid on his back. So eventually when the kid, once it's getting close to the finish line, he actually takes the terrapin off of his back and throws him at the finish line. So the first time in history, a terrapin actually wins the race. And it makes him kind of realize that he's not only a really good warrior and a lot stronger than they give him credit for,
but he's jacked.
But he's also kind. He's also willing to help the community, which they like. The plot really kicks in, though, when you see basically, in order to become an adult, they have to pick a hunt of their own and go on it. Kind of like the pilgrimages that the Quarians go on in Mass Effect. But they've got to pick a hunt of their own and go on it and come back successfully with a trophy. While he's thinking about what to do, he hears rumors of a space pirate who's planning on making an attack on Earth for whatever reason. And he decides that he wants to go after this pirate. Because even though he doesn't have many memories of being on Earth, it's still his home planet and he doesn't want to just abandon it to this pirate. So that's kind of the story. There's also a side plot of why do you steal my kills? Why does everyone steal my kills? But anyway, it's been a very it's a very unique story. I haven't gotten far in it.
Yep, worth a revisit, I think. Maybe even a writing one. Alright. Too late, Raven. Lark has changed your whole character. He is now Jack.
Yes. You what? I am so sick of this crap. No! What? Yeah, try again. Yeah, come here, son. Give me that.
Take a swig for the road.
Yeah.
Yo ho and a bottle of rum.
That's what you get. Alright, so what's the chat saying now?
The abusing a pirate is fun to watch, not gonna lie.
But what if I'm the pirate? That's the question.
It's like, we do not condone bullying Raven, unless it's funny.
It's like that Russian Badger joke. We do not condone slavery of any kind, unless it's funny.
Hey, Raven and Lark, what do you think about nuking Ela Nublar to solve the dinosaur problem? Why hasn't it been done yet? I mean, the dinosaurs always are such a problem. It's like, at this point, it's like, carpet bomb the place and be done with it.
Jesus, this BP! Get out of my way, you... Ah!
But yeah, Raven, this sounds really cool. I'd love to hear that story. We'll probably make a writing room about it. How about werewolf pirates versus vampire ninjas? Seems a little cliche.
Stop that! For honor, we'll wear you out, dog.
I'm gonna get this temple.
That used to be Blackfire in a sentence. Just Famous last words when fighting a Black Prior.
Just lift and flip.
He is the pancake man.
Me running at the Black Prior for the 300th time, knowing dang well I'm gonna get flipped like a pancake.
Yeet! You again? Stop fighting me, Black Prior, I swear.
Raven Lark, what's your favorite Russian Badger video?
Ooh,
that is a tough one.
one.
I'm probably gonna have to go with either the Star Wars one or the Fallout New Vegas one.
The Fallout New Vegas one for me, definitely.
Because that one's just legendary.
Funny thing is, we used to love his Rainbow Six Siege videos. Those were really what got us into Rainbow Six Siege in the first place. Now he doesn't even touch that game anymore.
I can't blame him.
Well, I mean, all the major Rainbow Six Siege content creators have kind of pulled out.
Yep. Oh, and Yo Raven, you ever watch Weird Al Yankovic? Yes.
Yes.
We love listening to his music.
I like watching riff tracks. Why?
If Avengers had BP, he could flip the Thanos snap.
Yes.
That would be hilarious. I am inevitable.
I am inevitable. No, you are. Yeet!
Have you guys seen like the Endgame edit where he says I'm inevitable, then he sees the gems are gone, and it's Tuco crushing and snorting the rock. Just starts beating the crap. Have you seen the new one? Oh, the Earth Defense Force? Yes. That was a great video.
Why? I hate all of you. What is this game turned into? It is For Honor Fluff. That is what this is.
Yeah, just like every time you get flipped by a BP, like pause right there. Yep, that's me. You're probably looking at getting into this situation.
Well, funny story. It all began when I was 3. My mother told me not to do drugs, so that's why I couldn't be a berserker.
All the cool kids were becoming berserkers.
All the cool kids.
Hey, Ravenlark, do either of you have opinions on any stories that you think are completely reasonable, but that you are for some reason alone in? Oh, so like shows or stories we like, but other people really don't that aren't popular? Oh, okay.
I mean, wouldn't that be an opinion?
Naturally.
Well, that's what he's saying. Wouldn't you? Do you have opinions about these stories that you would have this opinion about?
Yes.
Yes, we do.
So
yes, we do have opinions about those.
On a more serious note, let's see. There's a story that gets a lot of crap, but I actually really like.
Gladiator, the movie.
Oh yeah, I think that's so. Oh, The Patriot.
The Patriot gets a ton of shit.
It gets a ton of crap. Like people love crapping on The Patriot, and I was like, I like it.
I think it's good.
I think it's good. Is it perfect? Is it historically accurate? Absolutely not. But consider the following. Listen, I'm just happy we got a historical movie in South Carolina. Like, I gotta take what I can get. Thank you very much.
Another one would be trying to think. What's another good one? Oh, that's too out of range. No way I'm gonna say that one.
Thank you, Brother Lorcat. Hellboy for me, the new one. Oh, okay.
Okay, that's fine. I like, shoot, what's a bad movie that...
Or a bad story.
I guess the prequel Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
They get a lot of shit, and I think they're perfectly fine.
The funny is, the people that throw the most shit are the people that love it, too.
Look, I recognize it's bad, okay?
It's got some bad... Like, I do love, like, prequel fans, when people make fun of the prequels. Sequel fans, when someone makes fun of the sequel. No!
No, don't make fun of the sequel.
You're not allowed to dislike it.
I love how people will actually call you, like, a Neanderthal, or discredit you entirely just for saying, I happen to dislike the sequels, but like the prequels. They'll say, you're free to your opinion, but you need to shut up! Why? Because it triggers you?
Space Hulk? Oh, you mean the video game?
I've played Space Hulk. I was. Oh, you're talking about Russian Badger's
Oh, you're talking
video.
about the video. I thought we were answering the previous question. Oh, for me, 8 Crazy Nights. That is a unique taste.
I'm glad you enjoy that one. To me,
It ain't my alley. We'll put it that way. I don't think I'm the intended audience.
No, I'm not. I'm not the intended audience for that. Drop this thing! Jane, stop this crazy thing!
Yeah.
I'm surprised none of the enemy has tried to come up here and stop me. Oh, I just got a message. Love your stream and want to see a book on Apex Predator LOL, says Strider1783.
Hey, thanks, man.
Thanks for the message.
Thoughts on Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides? It was pretty fun. Yeah. Alright.
You light spamming dirtbag.
Pacific Rim is awesome too. Yeah, but going into Pacific Rim, it's one of those things where like, we're not going in here for the plot. We're going here to have a good time.
That's something that you just kind of have to accept going in.
Yeah, it's like when people were complaining about the new Godzilla movie. It's just monsters fighting each other. That's why we're here, moron.
That's why we came.
It's like, yes, in the movie called Godzilla, King of the Monsters, I expect Godzilla to fight monsters.
It's just basically, you know, monsters killing each other. Wow, what a concept.
Shakespearean dialogue?
Like, where's the representation?
You had a giant lizard. Is that not enough diversity for you?
No, it's because he's called Godzilla. It's totally Islamophobic by referencing God, not Allah.
So we're going to have Godzilla versus Allah lizard?
I'm going to go ahead and tell you who wins that fight. And I'll
the American viewing public. Booted lizard has entered the chat.
Buddha. No, Buddha's a frog, let's be honest.
I can see that.
He's secretly a slan. Or he's a Krogan. Ooh, Buddha lizard's a Krogan.
Whew. Talk about a tonal shift there.
You trying to make me enlightened shepherd.
I need a Buddhist Krogan now. I have to have a Buddhist Krogan. You need to learn to let go of desire, shepherd.
Just picturing Rex as a Buddhist. That tickled me. That got me. Oh man, I'm sorry. That was
Mothra is the best female protagonist. You're dang right.
Yeah, she is. Ooh, I'm gonna drop it. Hold on. Drop it. Down. Alright, you're about dropping the base. This is dropping the coal.
Oh, I know a story that I particularly like, but not a lot of people like. The storyline from Warhammer 3. I know that they didn't implement it quite well, but I like the actual storyline that you're going to try and save or do something with Urson's body, and Bellacor's behind it all. I thought it was clever.
Yeah, I like that fine.
Has everyone seen the original Mothra? I think we saw it, like, because we got it, like, from Blockbuster back when that was still a thing once, didn't we?
What are we talking about?
Like, didn't you and I watch, like, some of the older Godzilla movies, like, back when we were big into that PS2 game?
Yeah. I've seen a few of the Godzilla games.
Even the one where they did that silly... No, not the game, but the movie where they did that silly kick.
Yeah, oh my gosh, that was a weird kick. That was a very weird kick. That was that was Jet Jaguar that did the kick, and it was very awkward. That was when they fought Megalon. Can't remember if they fought anyone else. Maybe no, it wasn't Baragon. Baragon wasn't there. I can't remember. I've seen the one with Anguirus, and I also saw the one with Mecha Godzilla. I saw that one.
With all the chaos, the gameplay is so painful that even CA got the hint, and they made it so that you could auto-resolve the Damon Prince battles. Yeah, I get that the gameplay was rough, but I like the plot line, what I'm saying.
Yeah, the game, it's one of those things where the game may not be the greatest, or the gameplay may not be the greatest, but the story's amazing.
Yeah, which is why I am stoked for Immortal Empires.
Yes, it's going to be awesome.
Also, Atlantis the Lost Empire. Oh, yeah!
That's a good one. And also Treasure Planet.
Treasure Planet, absolutely. A lot of people really like Treasure Planet. Most people that have watched Treasure Planet really like it. But the Lost Empire, the sequel to Atlantis...
I'll tell you a movie that people love that I can't really like that much. It's honestly Shrek. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think it's fine. I just think it's way overrated.
At this point, it's popular now not because the movie is good. It is. It's because the memes.
I just think it's overrated.
Honestly, the second one I think is the best.
The second one is way better.
Oh, yeah.
Like, no question.
The Fairy Godmother as a villain was genius. Literally everyone is stoked for Immortal Empires. Oh, I know. I can't wait to go Carl Franz for the 30th time. I really like Lilo and Stitch. People say Lilo and Stitch was bad?
What? Who said Lilo and Stitch was bad?
We need to have words with these people.
That's a good one. Come on. I mean, I don't think the sequel or the TV show are that much to talk about.
The TV show was honestly good.
I mean, I didn't think it was bad.
I kind of liked keeping up with all of the the other experiments.
I mean, like when you compare it to something like Gargoyles or the Batman animated TV
Absolutely, but like, it was fun. Have you ever heard of the tragedy of Lord Endor Never? That sounds like Morrowind stuff. We don't associate with Dark Elves on this channel. I'm kidding.
Ooh, right to the
Mine
left.
is Infinity War. Ooh, that's a bold choice there.
That is a bold choice.
But hey, more power to you. Frankly, I want to see how unique items for Glenn Isabel are implemented. That one is a legendary hero for whoever's taking legendary lord. I'm actually looking forward to that because they're better together.
Blackbriar ran away. That's right, Shield Boy. Get back here. Get back here, IHOP employee.
BP, you are now the IHOP employee.
Get back here, you.
The Batman animated show was so good. Yes, it
Yeah, it was. Damn straight.
Oh, I know one. The Batman.
The 2003
Yeah,
one?
I don't think a lot of people hate it, but I feel like it's underappreciated.
Yeah, I think that one was a really good one. Like, at least for the first 2 seasons, at the very least. Like, if you want to say after season 2 it kind of got off the rails, I'll concede that. But for the first 2 seasons, I loved it. Particularly when he started teaming up with Aaron Yen. That was cool.
Anime Tokyo Ghoul, if you like it.
I mean, if you like Tokyo Ghoul, go for it.
I have some issues with Tokyo Ghoul, but there are some things I like about it. Oh, Raven versus Lark, who would win in a physical contest. Raven, he's the trained MMA fighter.
I was always the fighter growing up.
I mean, am I allowed to bring guns in?
Well, even then,
If you rush me, I have to get the first one better count.
like we need context for this matchup.
Like, am I allowed to get out Mechazord?
Like, am I allowed sorcery?
If you give me the powers of the Dragonborn and whatever Apex Predator happened to be around at the time, I have a chance. Hey, by the way, Raven, have you ever read the Mission Stays the Same? It's a crossover fic between Mass Effect and Warhammer 40k. Ooh. We were actually talking the other day, like, well, how would the Imperium react to, like, the Council? So, that'd be interesting.
It's an interesting thought.
Because that would be hilarious, seeing the Reapers try and affect Necrons.
That'd just be cute.
The Necron's going, aw, that's adorable. You need relays to travel. Let me show you how we do it downtown.
All right, last match of the night will be with Warden.
Raven versus Lark, but Lark gets a hippo. We all lose, because the hippos
We all
turn
lose
on us
that.
all.
Hippos are a bane on existence.
What I love in South America, there's literally a problem because a cartel leader, brought over, had a whole herd of hippos brought over, and now they're loose, and several of them are addicted to cocaine. So Colombia has a cocaine hippo problem. This is what we get for trying to play God. Do a German accent. Now, why would we do that?
Why would I want to do the job?
You are going to the camps now. Ron Swanson versus Dwight. Oh, Ron would kill him. Dwight has got nothing on Ron.
Who?
You know the glasses guy from The Office?
Oh, Dwight versus who?
Ron Swanson. I'm going
That's
with
not
Ron.
even a... Ron Swanson. Let's see.
Not today. Hey, Raven and Lark, what do you think of Moose? Moose and Squirrel? Rocky and Bullwinkle was good.
Who?
I said Moose.
Oh, they're an animal.
Moosin!
I talk about moosin! There are many of them, many much, moosin!
Anyone? Brian Regan? No?
No one knows that one? Okay, just us.
Dwight has all the weapons. Have you seen, the armory that Ron's mother has that he could easily gain access to? Raven with a long sword versus Lark with a spear. I'm giving that to Raven. A flock of moose. I mean the animal. What do we think of moose? They're dangerous creatures. Do not mess with them.
Correct.
Unless you have good distance and a high-powered rifle, I would not mess around with the moose. Unless you're the Swedes. For some reason, they said, yeah, let's try and ride that.
Yeah.
Or your killer whale, because for some reason, moose like swimming and eating seaweed, and killer whales go, ooh, I'll take that.
That's a delicacy.
I love that comic where like the diver sees that happen and he just like gets out and throws the diving gear away. Like, I'm done.
I'm done.
I've seen everything I need to see down there. Boxing. I got 2 boxing of donuts. Ecstatic Ethan gets it.
Ecstatic Ethan gets it. He knows Brian Regan.
James Jorgensen does too. Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
That was our favorite comedian growing up.
Did this Centurion just light spam me?
Hey Raven, what do you think about a guy and a girl getting together because one is a Nobushi man and the other is a Warden? Do you think that they're meant to be?
You've asked this before, I think.
Okay. Oh, that's what you were. Oh, you were just trying to remind us because you were asking if we remembered him.
Yes,
yeah,
I remember you. We remember that.
We just didn't know because we've got a lot of Nobushi and ex Warden comments, and we didn't know what yours specifically was. Now that you remind us, yes, we do remember you. Have you guys seen the Batman vs. Dracula movie? Yes.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's a good movie. Very underrated.
Yeah. Because it sounds stupid. It's like, hey, it's Batman vs. Dracula. That's dumb. Do you want to watch it? Absolutely.
I mean, it's nothing
Put that DVD in.
I mean, it's nothing to do with the actual Legend of Batman, because in this they argue that Carmilla was Dracula's wife, and I'm like...
I was about to say, wait, when did Batman get married to Carmilla? I missed that episode. Yes, we've seen Kim Possible.
I did see Kim. Yeah, I remember Kim Possible. Very good show, all things considered.
Yeah, but unfortunately, she didn't see us.
The thing is, Kim Possible was one of those shows that even though, you would hear about Kim Possible and hear that it's a female girl, like a female doing like all these kind of like super secret agent stuff, you automatically think something like Totally Spies or something. But no, it's not that way at all. Like, genuinely, I liked Kim Possible because there was a lot of action to it, but also the situations were somewhat relatable. It wasn't all just, ew, I broke a nail, you know. She, like, I could understand some of it. Like, the one thing I didn't understand about Kim Possible, this is the thing I didn't get, okay? Everyone knew, right? There was no secret. There was no, like, secret identity. Everyone just kind of knew that she was a, person who just saved the world on a regular basis. And I'm kind of like, okay, how does she have bullies? Like, she has this one bully in her, like, cheerleading group. I can't remember her name for the life of me. But she always, like, she always tries to get one step ahead of Kim. Like,
but
always
no
tries
one
to put her
likes the
down.
bully, though.
Yeah, but it's like, why do you dislike? She's kind of a hero, an international hero that everyone just knows.
I think it's just haters gonna hate.
Heck, why is she even in school for that matter? If she saves the world, who? That should be her job, right? Her occupation. Why does she? There's an episode where she's trying to get a job at like this taco restaurant.
So you mean
I'm like, you don't get paid to save the freaking world?
Is this like Perry the Platypus, where he's just an intern?
Yeah, like seriously.
He gets college credit.
She gets college credit for saving the world. That should have been Tomoki's thing. Like Tomoki from My Story. Like that's how he got into college. Like, I saved the world a few times. Do you think I get some credit?
Didn't that work for Gohan? I think that worked for Gohan.
Gohan just walks in. So, what skills and talents do you think that you have that you think would be good for this college? I don't know. I've saved the world on several occasions.
You're in.
You're in.
I mean, it's just like that one thing where it's like, what are your, like, thanks for coming to the interview. Let's start. What are your weaknesses? I have no weaknesses. Is that so? Shoots him, bullet ricochets off. Let's discuss my salary. Now that you know that I ain't a liar, let's discuss how my pay. Oh, and, yes, Jedi Knight is correct, because there was a question like, what happened to Black Marsh during the Oblivion Crisis? And
where did that come from?
It's just we get random questions. And so it's like Oblivion, and Jedi Knight's right. Oblivion had a Black Marsh Crisis, because every other place, Oblivion gates open, demons and cultists come out, wreak havoc. In Black Marsh, they had to close the Oblivion gates because Argonians kept coming in and slaughtering demons. Because the Argonians work for Sithis, and Sithis and the Argonians don't mess around. You know about the Hist. They'll mess you up.
Yeah, the Hist is kind of messed up. How this? We were just talking about this in another stream. Male Argonian crying, holding up the sap from the Hist tree. Like, my life is over. My wife and kids are dead because of this new war that we're having to fight. I'm probably gonna have to be sent out to fight it. I've lost my job. I've lost my family. I've lost everything. Please, Sithis, once I drink this sap, please give me a vision of what I'm meant to do. Drink the sap. turns into a female Argonian. This does not help me.
And Sethis goes, yes, but I thought it was hilarious. So who's winning?
Although Hannah did point out when I told her this joke, she said actually it does help you because if you thonks about it for just a minute, the whole problem is that they're about to go to war and they've lost their family and they don't have any kids. Well, as a female, you might argue that you have to stay home to rear a family because you could get pregnant now, and that way you have a new family to start up. And if you get pregnant, you will be able to go on maternity leave. So wouldn't that help you out a little bit? And then I'm like, that sounds like some genie level crap where it's like you make a wish, but the genie has like a loophole waiting.
Well, Sithis has always been kind of weird because, like, remember the Night Mother? Sithis gave, like, I give you 8 children. I'm gonna sacrifice them all in your name, Sithis. Okay. All right. We can start something. Holy crap! She's crazy.
I can just feel like when you just go, can I do this for you, Sithis, and you'll bless me? Why would you do that? Like,
Now, see, why would you do that?
Like, how does this benefit me? It seems a little crazy, I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm in pain. I have not played For Honor in weeks. Oh, re-download it, dude.
Wow, that's the opposite of what I usually hear.
Yeah.
Usually people are like, I haven't played For Honor in months, I've never been happier, and I'm like, yeah, I didn't ask.
That's great. Best martial arts for self-defense. And
I would argue Muay Thai.
if you're just like ups and fighting, but honestly, it's probably a good idea to get a little bit of a mix.
I would, yeah, definitely learn a mix, but I would go with Muay Thai personally. I mean, I see the benefit of jiu-jitsu and judo and stuff like that, but I disagree with folks like Steven Crowder when he says that it's the best way to deal with an attacker, because I'm like, here's my problem. If you put them in a lock or something, and you can't choke them out, you're basically stuck with that guy in that lock until someone comes to help, because if you get off of them, or leave them alone, yeah.
Oh, and let's see. Have you ever seen the show Ed, Edd n Eddy? Yes, that was a TV.
Yeah, it's okay.
We all loved Ed, though. Ed was the best. I think probably the only episode I truly remember in detail was the one where Ed became like like he thought he was Hagar the Horrible or something.
Oh, yeah.
And he was just like having a psychosis the whole episode.
Let's move on from that. I don't remember much about the show because I didn't care for it.
Like a plot twist, Sithis is actually a cool guy and his followers just don't understand. He's just like, no, please stop killing them. No, don't do that.
The villain was misunderstood the whole time. They just needed friendship.
They're actually the god of friendship, but people keep sacrificing.
No, because then that implies that if they're a god of friendship, then that implies that we're going down a My Little Pony direction. Like, oh shit.
No, think about it. A god of friendship, but everyone misunderstands and thinks he's like a god of darkness and assassin. He's like, no, stop doing that.
I actually care about people.
It's like, I'm going to stop you. Shoots a lightning bolt down, but miss and actually strike the guy they're sacrificing. Like, he is pleased with our offering. No.
Stop it.
Stalker or Fallout? Never played Stalker. I heard it's good, but Fallout, I'm going to have to go with Fallout just because I played it. Hey, Raven, who would win, the lizard men or the amphibian creatures from Amphibia?
I don't know anything about Amphibia.
But the lizard men have the slan and dinosaurs riding other dinosaurs, so I'm going to go with them.
Yeah, for sure.
I would go with MMA. Kung Fu has been proven to be ineffective IRL.
Well, I did say a mixed martial art or Muay Thai would be a good choice, and Muay Thai is not Kung Fu.
Kind of, like, I don't know if you guys have like heard the story, but like there's like this guy in China who's facing a lot of crap because he's trying to promote MMA, but the Communist Party doesn't like the fact that he can beat Kung Fu masters, and so they give him a lot of crap.
Well, he's argued that Kung Fu is fine, but he believes that to truly master the martial arts, you need to learn mixed martial arts. And Kung Fu masters have challenged him to fight to prove him wrong. He's beaten them pretty soundly, and so China's pretty mad at him right now.
Yep. Hey Raven, have you heard of an anime called The Devil is a Part-Timer?
Yeah, and I don't really want to watch it.
Yeah.
Because it's just going to be another one of those Lucifer animes. Like, oh, the devil, you don't understand him. You just don't understand him. He's misunderstood. Fuck. It's stuff like that. It's stuff like that that makes people buy into the whole Paradise Lost bullcrap.
Hey, Raven, what about boxing?
Boxing is fun. Good exercise. It works well for you. I like it. I just find kicks very useful.
Yeah, but I feel like if you're going to do old-timey boxing, you got to get, like, the motions right, you know what I mean?
Old-timey boxing.
And you have to grow a proper mustache.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know what that laugh was.
Alright. Yeah, the Mad Dogs. Who will win, Domini versus the whole Horkos army? Obviously.
Obviously, the For Honor gaming public.
Community? What would it be?
I don't even know.
What are your thoughts on Muhammad Ali? He was a great boxer.
He was a good boxer.
Yep.
I'll leave it at that.
Yep. No, but hear me out. Have you heard of the? Oh yeah, we love Spy X Family.
Spy X Family's great. I've done like a brief video talking about it.
Yeah, we love that. Anya is the cutest thing, and Yor is awesome.
I love Yor. I love them. I just love them.
And Lord's all right. I ain't going to knock Lord.
Shinobi, are you gonna stop guard breaking at some point today? My turn.
My turn. See, that is how you guard break. Actually, use it for something.
Instead of just guard breaking and throwing me into the wall just so you could guard break me again. I keep expecting you to actually do something meaningful with your life, Shinobi, but we both know that's not gonna happen.
Hey, Raven, what's your opinion on Mr. Freeze from DC?
Mr. Oh, he's cool. Especially in his later No! No!
It's raining Romans.
It's
Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns! Ah! Rome Reigns!
Ah! I see what you did there.
See what I... Yeah, I'm smart.
You said cool.
What?
Bad pun. Pun intended? Yes, pun intended.
Damn. Fuck!
Who do you think would win? A professional karate master or a professional boxer?
Probably a professional boxer.
Yeah, I think boxers are just like they're trained to react.
Boxers be built different.
Well, the thing is also with like karate, like it's very instrumental, particularly like sports karate masters, because it's all about like which form, technique, and all that jazz. Whereas boxers are trained, I think, to react a little bit better.
Boxers are trained to fight like they're in a real fight. Karate masters are trained to fight like they're fighting another karate master.
Yeah, well, I think also like if you get like a guy that's actually doing like the original karate from Okinawa, I think you have a better chance of getting a better fight out of him. But not the sports karate. Hey Raven, if I'm going to take boxing, do I need to have a mustache or will a beard work? A beard is acceptable.
Good try, I can say.
But not today. Incontinence. Thank you, guys.
This is fun.
Yes, we are grand, aren't we?
No more budget's going to me, mate. I'm off to go play the grand piano.
Anyone buy Warhammer plus that hammer and the bolter show? If so, is it worth the sub? It's considering it's Games Workshop, probably not. Typically, ironically, the fans typically make the better content there, unless it's like the novels. What's the best sci-fi show you can think of?
I can't think. Star Wars: The Clone Wars. There you go.
That's the first one that comes to mind, honestly.
Yep. I don't know many sci-fi shows that I like. I don't really care for Star Trek. Anything Star Trek, really. Like, new or old, I just don't care for it that much. I guess Star Trek The New Generation had a few good ideas, but for the most part,
yeah. Best fantasy show. That's a tough one.
that is a tough one.
A lot of our favorite fantasy genre, like fantasy IPs, aren't into show format.
Goblin Slayer.
Just to say for the public record, I think I'm in your game right now. It says Booma Microbe 417. Okay.
Booma Microbe. I don't
Cool.
see your name. I see Glitch Phases 0 to 70 and Darth Maul.
Could be. Raven, what's your thoughts on Butthurt, armored combat sports?
Oh, what?
Looks like Butthurt.
I don't know anything about that.
Star Wars Clone Wars, slaves versus slaves. You're dang right.
That's classic entertainment right there.
Yeah, slaves squared. The slavery cancels out. Raven, can you explain the plot of Warhammer 40k?
Yes, I can. I have done it before.
You see, in the grim darkness of the far-off future, there is only war. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can try, but we'll be here a while. I mean, y'all decide, because if I do actually sit down and explain the plot to you here, I probably won't have time to answer any more questions tonight.
Yeah, honestly, I would just say go for the videos that we've done. But
Well, I haven't done any videos talking about the full
I
lore.
think like what you talked about, like the response video.
Well, I didn't talk about the full lore.
True, true.
And they're asking, could I explain the Warhammer 40k lore?
That's it. Oh, you can try to do it relatively quickly. Oh, and by the way, I've gotten to a fantasy show that we liked. It was Avatar last year.
Avatar Last Airbender, yeah, that's a good one.
Yep. Not standard high fantasy, but by golly, if it ain't good. Alright, so if you want to try speed running that explanation, go for it.
I'll try my best. Okay,
Once
so
was a man from Nantucket.
long ago, there was nothing. Then all of a sudden, some cosmic crap happened, and then, you know, you get primordial planets and things. But there is an alternate dimension to our reality called the warp. The warp at this point in time, in the beginning of all things, is pretty steady. It acts as a mirror to our own reality. And the things that dwell within it, well, they're reflections of the living things in the galaxy. And right now, there are plenty of living things in the galaxy, but there are two really important ones. You got the old ones, who look like giant frog people, and you've got the Necrontyr, who are basically this race of very sad, radioactive aliens. Why? Because the planet they live on is very close to a sun that is radiating the entire planet. Now, the old ones have figured out a way to be immortal. The Necrontyr are literally dying. So, what do the Necrontyr do? Well, they look at the old ones, who are these supremely powerful godlike creatures who can literally create life. They can create matter. They basically create different races for fun. In fact, they created the Eldar, who are basically the equivalent of space elves. It's pretty awesome. They're really cool dudes. So the Necrontyr say, hey, old ones, can we ask you a solid? We're all dying here. You think you could teach us this whole immortal thing so that maybe we could live forever too? And the old ones gave them a no. Why? Because no one besides them deserves to have that kind of power. So the Necrontyr get pooper pained about it, and they say, all right, you know what? Fine. Then we're going to go to war with the old ones. And you're dealing with these alien races who are physical and tangible versus literal space frog gods. Who do you think's going to win that one? Yeah, the space frogs are kicking their butt. Until the Necrontyr discovers something else. Something feeding on one of their local stars is a weird gas-like creature that is feeding on the star itself. They wonder if they could maybe harness this thing's power, so they lure it into a giant techno suit. And they name it the Catan. Now, they think that the Catan will be an ultimate weapon against the old ones. And it kind of is. It works very well against the old ones. The problem is, the Catan are not as friendly as you'd think. They actually take advantage of the Necrontyr, promise them power and immortality and graces, and the Necrontyr kind of fall for it. And so they say, give us immortality, and the Catan go, sure. Poof. They take away their flesh and bone and replace it with metal. They are then the Necrons, one of the many races that you'll see in Warhammer.
Think Terminator skeleton Egyptians.
Yes. Now, here's where things get crazy. The old ones realize that they're probably going to lose, because the Catan are immune to their warp psyker power, which they need to be really effective. So they need something that can do damage on a physical scale. They create something called the Corks. That's right. I was forgetting the actual pronunciation.
Orcs at a K in front of it.
They create the Corks, which are a race specifically designed to fight brutally. That's their only job. Fight and destroy. So it turns into this super intergalactic war of massive proportions. And remember how I said that the warp, the alternate dimension, basically reflects the reality? With all this war and destruction and chaos, the warp is reflecting it, turning into a hellhole, which means it's not even safe for the old ones to hide out in anymore. So eventually the old ones start dying off, gradually and gradually. And then eventually, the old ones kind of disappear from the record books.
But then the Necrons start to fall apart themselves.
Right, the Necrons are falling apart, and so the Necrons, at least the smart ones, the ones
They
who...
get tricked by the Eldar gods.
Yep. They end up deciding to hide out and go into hibernation on their own planets.
Called Tomb Worlds.
Don't overtalk me, Lark.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, leaving just the Eldar and the Korks. Now, the Korks have no off switch, so they just keep on fighting and fighting and fighting.
And eventually devolve.
And eventually just devolve. They just regress into what we know as the Orcs, the big greenskins. Meanwhile, the Eldar, the only supreme race in the galaxy at this point, are kind of like, ha ha, we're awesome. And there are other races in the galaxy, but the Eldar, they don't care about them. They're perfect. They're beautiful. They're amazing. They're going to party and celebrate how awesome they are. They're better than the old ones because they survived. They're better than the Necrontyr because they survived. They're better than the Korks because they're not savage lunatics. We're going to party. And party. And maybe sacrifice a few people while we're partying, and still party, and then we'll bang some people, we'll have sex, we'll kill, blood, destruction, until eventually they murder and slaughter and kill so much, and the warp is reacting to this, until eventually it literally creates a chaos god by the name of Slaanesh. And when the warp birthed her into existence, it ripped a hole in the fabric of reality between the warp and the real world that is now collectively called the Eye of Terror. And Slaanesh, as soon as she was born, said, well, I'm hungry. Time to snack on some Eldar souls. And ever since, the Eldar have held a particular hatred for Slaanesh. Not only does she help wipe out a lot of the Eldar gods, but she's now the new fourth member of what are known as the Chaos Gods. 4 almighty entities that dwell within the warp that represent the different aspects, both good and bad, of mortal creatures. You got Nurgle, who is the Plague Lord. He basically represents life, but also death, plague, pestilence, and change. You got Tzeentch, who is the master of magic and creation and fate. He basically can see the future and see the past, and he knows all and tells nothing.
He's the most Lovecraftian.
He's basically that kid who, if you beat him in a chess match, he'll go, I intended that. You know, that's according to plan. Then you've got Khorne, who is just perpetually angry. He's the god of war, but also the god of tenacity. And now Slaanesh is the god of perfection, lust, debauchery, but also passion. See, each of the Chaos Gods represents something good about humanity and about reality itself, about mortals, but it's all corrupted because of the way the galaxy now is responding. The warp is now responding to reality. So they are corrupted aspects of these things that we once held dear. So the Eldar are being pushed into... What?
Namdon.
The Eldar are being Namdon, so they have to escape from Slaanesh, and that means escaping from their usual worlds. Some of the Eldar actually decide to give in to corruption, becoming known as the Dark Eldar, who the original Eldar don't want to be compared to the Dark Eldar. Okay, they don't want anything to do with each other.
Hence the reason they're called Dark Eldar.
Right. The Dark Eldar settle on some of their worlds and continue to murder.
They settle in a place in the Webway, which is like a place in between dimensions.
Well, they settle in a lot of different areas, but that's primarily where they go. The Dark Eldar spend all their time worshipping Slaanesh and just murder fucking, whereas the Eldar are traveling around on giant ships that act as their home worlds to basically try to find a new place to live and still pretend like they're relevant. Well, with the Eldar now on the run, the Dark Gods up to no good, the Orcs running around causing chaos wherever they go, the Necrons asleep, and the old ones nowhere to be found, well, this gives rise to the beginning of humanity. At this point in time, humanity is primitive in nature. I mean, they've gotten a little bit of space travel involved. They've gotten a little bit of that fun stuff, but what's really happening is right now, humanity's trying to find their place. They're still pretty primitive. They're still fighting amongst each other. They don't understand the way they should go. They haven't truly grasped the wider galaxy yet. I mean, they've landed on a few planets, sure. They've discovered a few new technologies, sure.
Sure, they caused a massive war between machines that made them digress in technology, but we won't go into that.
Sure, all this stuff, but they need a guide. Someone who will bring them into the future. And then, when all hope was lost, came he who has no name that thee can remember, but he who is known simply as the Emperor of Mankind. The Emperor of Mankind, immortal, supposedly around way back from mankind's primitive days, has now appeared and said, I know a lot more than you do. And so I'm going to help unite all of humanity and crusade through the stars. The old ones could not do it. The Eldar could not do it. The galaxy is ours for the taking. It belongs to humanity. So the Emperor begins a crusade, known as the Great Crusade, to unite humanity and conquer the galaxy. But he needs help. The Emperor is just but a man, after all. A very, 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 very powerful man who's basically the equivalent of a god, but he's not a god.
Don't call him that.
Don't call him that.
Even if he is.
He will get upset. In fact, the Emperor of Man makes it very clear that he doesn't want anyone worshiping any kind of gods or religions in his new Imperium. Why? Well, there's a lot of speculation on that. We'll come back to it. So he decides, I need help. I need sons. So he creates for himself Primarchs.
20 of them.
Basically, they're clones of his with slight discrepancies in their gene seed that makes them all unique, but still partly him. But as infants, as he's still growing them, the Chaos Gods get wind of this. Now, here's the thing. The Chaos Gods are supremely powerful, but the Emperor could challenge them. And the idea of the Emperor having little mini-hims running around, too, that's more than they're willing to accept. So they decide to use their chaotic powers to separate all of the Primarchs and send them off to different planets. So now the Emperor has a new job. I better go find my kids. But luckily, before the kids were whisked away, he used their genetics to help create a new breed of humanity, known as the Astartes, the Space Marines, each one created from the gene seed of one of their father Primarchs. So as he travels the galaxy searching for his lost sons, he introduces them to their own children, the Space Marines, who followed their Primarch as closely as the son would follow his father, into greatness and glory for the beauty of mankind. They will fight orcs, they will fight Eldar, they will fight Dark Eldar, they will fight any alien race or Xeno that dares to challenge the supremacy of man. And they are doing a bang-up job, let me tell you. But, see, again, like I said, the further they go into the warp, and the further they go into space, the more the Chaos Gods go, this is not good. We need to do something about this. So they decide the best thing they can do is try to corrupt some of the Primarchs. But who? Well, I don't have time to go into all the Primarchs here. That would take too long. But here's a name that you do need to know and know it well. Horus Lupercal, the first one found by the Emperor and arguably his favorite. Horus is the leader of the Luna Wolves. He's also one of the ones that the Emperor spent most of his time with, so he had a very special relationship with the Emperor. Now, when the Emperor is leading his crusade, everything's cool. The Primarchs are, for the most part, okay. Things are happy. Until the Emperor, out of nowhere, says, I'm going home, guys, but don't stop your crusading. Horus, you're in charge while I'm gone. And Horus says, what? Yeah, I'm going to make you War Master. You basically have my authority for the rest of the crusade. But why are you going home, Dad? It's a secret. I can't tell you.
Wouldn't want to spoil the
wouldn't want to spoil my surprise. So he's heading home. Because the Emperor thinks that the war is almost over and they're almost ready to unite all of humanity and reclaim the stars. Horus is, kind of proud, but he's also nervous. He's going, am I really worthy of this? Am I really deserving? I mean, Dad wouldn't even tell me what he's going home to do. It seems kind of weird. I'm not sure. And thus, the Chaos Gods see their chance. Horus is insecure. He's uncertain. He's worried. Time to poke and prod. So, using very carefully placed suggestions and going after him while he's been poisoned, they manage to leak some of their corruption into his mind. Horus becomes jealous of the Emperor. He becomes envious. He begins feeling like, how come he's Emperor? What's he done? All he's done is sent us off on this fool's crusade and left me to lead it. Why shouldn't I be Emperor? And some other Primarchs are going, that's an interesting point, Horus. Others are going, Horus, chill. But Horus goes, no, seriously. Guys, think about it. I could be Emperor. Wait, Horus, chill. No, man, he's got a point. So Horus begins planning a coup d'etat. He begins planning, dare I say, a heresy. Shall we call it a Horus heresy? Horus gathers together the Primarchs who will be loyal to him, and he starts what is called Chaos Undivided. You see, the Chaos Gods don't always get along, but when they do, it is known as Chaos Undivided. And Horus, as the leader of what is now known as the Black Marines, or the Sons of Horus, as they're sometimes called, are now leading his Chaos Marines against the Imperium. With him are a few of his brothers, Mortarion, Magnus, Portorabo. You get the idea. He's basically taken half of the Primarchs and their legions and are attacking Holy Terra, Earth, where it all is. And the Emperor is a little shocked and a little upset because a lot of his Primarchs aren't around to help stop this. Only a handful. So it turns into one of the greatest battles humanity's ever fought against itself, known as the Horus Heresy, like I said. Sanguinius, one of the other sons of the Emperor, who is very much beloved by his father, thinks that there can still be a way to reach Horus. So he goes to Horus's ship and says, Horus, bro, what are you doing, man? There's still a chance. Come home and apologize to Dad. I'm sure we'll figure this out. And Horus goes, oh, Sanguinius, join me or die. And Sanguinius says, what do you mean? Like, okay, look, dead men say what? What? And then Sanguinius dies. The Emperor shows up and goes, Sanguinius, did you talk to Horus? My baby boy! And then he goes after Horus with a vengeance. It turns into one of the greatest battles ever seen in the Imperium. But the Emperor, though he created the Primarchs as soldiers, still deep down, in the recesses of who he is, sees them as sons. He can't kill Horus. He can't bring himself to kill Horus until Horus launches a fatal blow on the Emperor. The Emperor is dying. But even in his dying state, he manages to slaughter Horus. As Horus lays dying, the Chaos Gods leave him. They say, all right, we're done with this one, pull out. And Horus, having finally awakened, realizes what he's done wrong and goes, Father, I am so sorry. I can't believe what I've done. And the Emperor would forgive him, except for one thing. He's dying. And if he dies, and he forgives Horus and lets him go, and the Chaos Gods take him over again, there will be no one strong enough to stop him. So, the Emperor Control-Alt-Deletes Horus. He destroys his body, mind, and soul so that there is no possible way the Chaos Gods could ever resurrect him. Horus is gone for good. And as for the Emperor himself, his body is nothing but a broken shell. One of his other sons, which one was it? Rogel Dorn, carries his father's body back to Terra and puts him on something called the Golden Throne, a massive life support service. Basically, his body sits on this throne and is kept alive by feeding it literally 1,000 psychers, who are people with special warp connection, every day to keep him alive. And while he sits there, nothing but a corpse with barely recognizable consciousness, he still powers what is known as the Astronomicon, the only way humanity can see into the warp and travel through it safely. He's still alive, but barely. Humanity, once about to conquer the stars itself, once ready to claim the galaxy for itself, where the old ones and the Eldar failed, humanity almost reached it. But thanks to the corruption of the Chaos Gods and Horus's betrayal, now humanity teeters on the edge of a knife. Almost all the loyal Primarchs are either dead or gone. The Chaos Primarchs are the only ones still alive, and they now serve the Chaos Gods. They're far away and causing trouble wherever they can go, whereas the loyal ones are missing. The Space Marines are still around, but without Primarchs to lead them, they are under the command of, well, the High Lords of Terra, or whatever else, whatever chapter masters they have that can lead them. They're leaderless. They're guideless. And remember how I said that the Emperor didn't want anyone worshiping any gods? Well, part of the reason why is because the Chaos Gods gain power through worship. And the Emperor was afraid that if people worshipped what they thought was a god or deity, even him, it might give power to the Chaos Gods inadvertently. That's why he never told anyone about the Chaos Gods. If you don't know about them, you can't worship them. He told them nothing about the Webway. He told them nothing about the Warp. He told them nothing about the Chaos Gods. He didn't want them worshiping any kind of gods because he thought, if I can starve the Chaos Gods, maybe I can destroy them easier. But in their ignorance, humanity fell to the beasts. Ignorance may be bliss, but it's also fatal in this case. But now people worship the Emperor as a god king, as the god man.
And ironically, this gives him power.
This is the true sadness. Ironically, by worshiping him, the warp reflects this worship and makes the Emperor strong. It basically keeps him alive. So literally, he never wanted to be worshipped as a god. Now it's their worship that helps keep him alive. And if the Emperor were to ever die, if the Emperor were to ever go out, if the Astronomicon were to ever fade, humanity would die. There is no question. And it gets worse. Because not only are they now fighting the Eldar, the Dark Eldar, the Orcs, and the forces of chaos, which are now at the ready, but now new forces have arrived. A creature from far beyond the galaxy, known as the Tyranids, have arrived. Basically giant bug-like creatures with a hive mind that seek to consume all biomass, that can infiltrate into human or any alien settlements and basically destroy them from within. And another race from far away known as the Tau have arrived. While not necessarily genocidal as the other races are, they're trying to undermine the imperial truth, as it were, by trying to subvert mankind to join their side. which is also dangerous.
And
the Necrons, long entombed, are waking up. And the Necrons still want to destroy everything the old ones created, and that includes humanity. All of these enemies, all of these threats, humanity lays on the brink of a knife, battling just to survive. The only thing mankind has is the hope that one day their God King, the Emperor, will one day get off of the Golden Throne and lead them again. Or that the Primarchs will return. Something has to happen, or else humanity will surely die. The only thing keeping them alive now is the strength of the Space Marines and the will of man, determined to stay alive. Now, recently, some good things for humanity have happened. One of the Primarchs, Robute Guilliman, leader of the Ultramarines, was saved by an Eldar who allied herself with mankind, who brought him back. Now Guilliman is leading the Imperium of Man in the Emperor's place. And with him helping to lead, humanity's a little bit more organized. And he's helped retake a lot of worlds that were captured. But the Chaos Gods aren't going to sit and take this. So they're riling up their forces. The Tyranids are moving in faster. The Orcs are trying to rally up their forces. The ante is being upped, essentially. So, in the grim darkness of the far-off future, there is only war. There, I have summed up, for better or worse, the lore of Warhammer 40k. Chat, I want to hear your thoughts. Did I explain it well or not? Because you made me do this.
You aren't kidding. But as a person who brought you into 40k, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, Lark was the one who got me introduced, so I'm sure he's happy that I now know it so well.
40k abridged win. I mean, the TTS kind of already did that.
Yeah, Emperor as a text-to-speech device kind of already does that, so.
Bravo, Sam. Thank you, Duncan. You should make this a series.
There are people who already do that.
Yeah, honestly, Emperor's text-to-speech device did a great job. So, yeah, I think that's probably the best place to end it there.
Yeah, genuinely, we really don't have time for any more questions tonight, but I do have a few announcements to make before we log off. So, first of all, let me go ahead and say this. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. For all of you who stuck through my long ramble, I know we lost a lot of people during that discussion, which is fine. But y'all need to know something. Because work has become so demanding and my schedule really is not my own anymore, it really has gotten out of my control. Thursday night streams may not happen with as much frequency. It's going to depend on how available I am and how much work I've been having to do. I will try to do Thursday night streams every now and then, but frankly, I just don't think I'll be able to. I need time to rest, and Thursday nights are a good time to do that. I like streaming, but I do need rest. I'll still continue to do For Honor Fridays just because those have become such a fun tradition that I don't want to give those up. Like tonight has been fantastic. A few rough spots, but I think overall it was great, and I hope y'all feel that way too. But just letting you know that Thursday nights might no longer be stream nights all the time. I'll still try to do other streams besides For Honor, but just might not happen with as much frequency. I hope that's okay with y'all. Other than that, substitute teaching has been very interesting. I look forward to doing more of it and maybe telling y'all some stories about what's happened. It'll be kind of funny, I think. I hope that y'all have seen the Teamwa video yet. If you have not, please check it out. I worked very hard on it, and so far it's gotten some pretty positive reactions. If you'd like to see any other stuff specifically on the channel, like any kind of videos or stuff, please leave a comment down below. I would love to take a look. I will be releasing another poll soon talking about which Legend video I do next. And I think that's all the announcements I have, unless, Lark, can you think of anything that we need to say real quick?
I think that sums it up.
Anything else in chat we need to address before we go?
Oh, Duncan is finally moving to the U.S.
Awesome. Glad you're coming over.
Yep. All right, I think that's it.
All right, well then, I'm glad that I could explain Warhammer 40k to a lot of people. Lark, let me ask. I wasn't able to look at chat while I was talking. What was the general reaction while I was going through all that?
They were kind of just following along, because our first was like, maybe it should be. It's like, no, it's too late. Let's go.
Well, I told y'all.
But no, it was great. But like, there were people like following on, like when it was like the Crocs, everyone was like, whoa! Or when we got through, just like Horus, like, Well, it was like a very active audience there, so actually that was really cool.
Well, I'm glad that that went so well. All right, guys, that's going to do it for us tonight. We've gone way longer than we were supposed to, and we will talk to you in our next video, whatever and whenever that is. Love you guys. Have a good night.
Have a good one, guys.